Hello and welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. And you're watching our coverage of the Gridiron Rivals segment where we kind of have our people play, like our football team that plays this week, which is New Mexico. So tonight's match is between Boise State Valorant and the New Mexico State people. And of course, joining me today is Brenner Bear. And of course, my name is Brandon Red Hot's Cozy Ansick. And of course, last week we saw Boise State play for the first time here. What are you kind of looking forward to for a new series versus another new team?
Definitely utilization of Fade being the new operator, so trying to match where that meta is, but also at the end of the day, comfort picks and not over-committing to, what the meta might be if that's not something you're comfortable with, and definitely anticipating what the map choices might be of the enemy team, because we've seen kind of an issue with that in the esports tower where they play a map and they have no strategy really going into it because it's a map they haven't practiced that much. So I'm worried that Boise State might be in that situation.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with that, though, is I would say since it's a new, I guess more so it's roster, right? Newish roster, and it's newer in the season. The actual college league hasn't started yet. Riot just announced the signups are happening right now. So I think it's a good time to do these things where it's time to practice, what's good for you and like what can your comps do or what is not, kind of works out for you. But this is kind of the show match. I guess format for us. It's 5v5. It's a best of 3, first of 13, and of course it's our this week's football opponent. Like I said, this is the Gridiron all about. So really excited for these matches. Last week was a really good match. We had a 2-1. Very, very exciting. So I definitely like these ones. And of course we have Doc's keys to the game, which in Valorant you want to focus angles, flank, know your win conditions, count cards, call abilities, and of course click those heads. This is brought to us by Drop In Gaming. Drop In Gaming is a premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competition gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And of course, going on, I guess, more into the game, we have the roster right here, which, we have a lot of new faces this year. We had Skies, who's returning, and then I think we have J-Bag, who's also returning.
I thought Dreammaker was there.
Nope, he was last year, not this semester.
There you go.
But basically, two old, three new, right? So we love these guys, and of course, it's always good to see them in the beginning of the season, and of course, it's more so just fun to watch them each week to see how much they've improved every week. There's nothing better than watching a team kind of struggle with one thing one week, and then you see them instantly improve it like the next week. That's so you kind of know what they're doing here. And here we go. We have Ariana, Daimyo, J-Bag, Skies, and Aldum. I would say Aldum. But these guys are, like I said, last week we saw a really fun roster go off. We saw Skies, do a tremendous job. We saw J-Bag do some insane plays as well. Daimyo, they all do their roles, and I think that's what's fun. And of course, we can have this, this graphic that we show with this Gridiron Rivals showing this on Ascent. We do love the map, of course. Ascent is always a classic staple of, I think, Valorant now.
It seems always the go-to first map for everybody, just to kind of get a read of your opponents and everything, because at the end of the day, everyone knows this map. It's the go-to, as you said, like it's the day one map that just there's no tips or tricks or anything. It's just you know how to play it. There's no special strategies that might throw somebody for a loop because at the end of the day, everyone's done everything on this map. So it gives you a really good read of what their strategy might be going into it. What might be their special characters that they may throw out for a loop. We've seen double supports played in the past that did work out, but not to the best advantages. We've seen some people rely on kind of older builds rather than current ones because they're on that older map. But it seems that we're actually going to swap up on maps. So forget everything I just said on Ascent. We're on Breeze.
Breeze has definitely been a map that has come into contention, I think, a lot more these days. We've saw in Champions and stuff. This map has been played a lot. I think there's just maps that people don't want to play, like Bind or Pearl, that we can kind of just ban those ones. But Breeze kind of seems to be a map where people are putting a lot more time into it nowadays, that they're enjoying it. So I definitely think Breeze is a really interesting map because it seems like there's like two big ways to play the map. There's like, you can go force site and then just, play post plant, or like you can kind of, for defense wise, you can, play 2 and 2 each side, or you can kind of play that retake mentality of just kind of holding down this mid here. So we'll kind of see how each team approaches that. We're going to see Breeze, Skies, and Aldum going really aggressive here on this mid push. And it looks like they're going to kind of choke them in here towards B. I don't think they've actually heard any noise just yet. Daimyo does spot one there.
Yeah, it seems also on the position side of New Mexico, they went for the double wall of both Neon's wall and, of course, Viper, who's required on Breeze. But they're definitely going for, I would assume, a more aggressive push of throw up all the walls and just go right in, especially with the Neon being able to just run onto site that much quicker. Boise State's going to have to adapt to that pretty quick, but a nice flank coming in from Alden. Applies the pressure and being blind.
Daimyo did get one of the shock dart there, though, so it actually ends up being a trade 1-for-1 for Boise State.
Ooh, this guy's going down to the KO.
Oh, body block!
Flank! Only able to get the one, though. Trades coming across.
Oh, still 2v1 now. Very winnable for sure. Oh, J-Back gets it, yeah.
A nice little flick there, able to... But only 2 members of Boise State were able to survive through that. I believe the Viper on the side of Boise State might have gotten a little bit aggressive and pushed it a bit too soon, as they were only, I believe, above half health after they had just gotten the elimination onto the Neon. But Boise State able to buy now is going to pick up that Marshall and a couple Spectres.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that we've kind of seen, or that you talked about a little bit, is this Neon that New Mexico is running. The one thing that we'll see here is they're actually running a Sky instead of a Sova. So it seems like they kind of want that more flash power with them, or even the Dog to have that Neon be able to take those spaces for it, or at least be able to flash out of her walls.
Yeah, because I believe the Dog is also one of the few characters in the game that can actually keep up with Neon running.
I think it's just more so it's easier for that to go first as well and kind of play with another concussed.
Ooh.
But it is going to be kind of harder for them to get Sova sites. Oh, wow.
Nice peek coming out from the chamber, able to deny the Marshall coming out from the Jet. So,
and that's just how the Headhunter goes sometimes.
It was very cleanly played, so.
Is going to run away now.
Definitely smart when you see 2 of them pushing your hallway. Ooh, perfect hit right up against the wall. Check your corners.
That is true, yeah,
so many players in the past.
That is definitely one of the big things, is checking your corners here. Gridiron does play a good spot that he knows that, you know, BSU was playing 2-2 aggressively, so he was the only person on site. So just kind of played on site, give it to him. Let's play retake as a team. I really like that call there. Good flash out.
Ooh, gets one with the flash and applies the pressure, but he's going to lose the 2 teammates who push alongside him.
Oh, 2v2 here.
J-Bag knows he's there and even sees the TP, tries to maybe bait it out with it.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to play the TP angle. Okay, now it's still 2v1 here.
Oh, it's pistol battle. Only has the classic. They should be able to win this, but you don't want to lose the chamber who has no health.
Really, now this is when it's kind of scary, because the classic this close is actually quite good. Okay, great play by J-Back there. Got a little close there. Especially for that being a buy round for BSU, that is a spooky situation where it's a one-on-one and they have a classic close range. Because that right click, you never actually know.
Which is also surprising that Boise State, with the chamber being at half health, with a Marshall, was running up to her with the Marshall still in hand. You saw him get the one hip fire off just there, and it didn't pay off at all. So you have to question that decision, and maybe he was just trying to finish it out, but you didn't have the health advantage. You know she had a classic, which is better in close range than a hip fire Marshall.
I think sometimes it's just HP. You never know with Sky Heal. That could have been like, it could have been a Sky Heal. Of
There's no Sky alive.
Yeah, it's true. I'm going to say earlier in the round, though. You don't know, so one of those things, you never know. But here comes the buy round here from New Mexico. You're to see the Viper Wall coming out. They do have a lot of flashes.
Has her ultimate as well.
Yeah, which is great. I love seeing that.
I also would love to see her use it just that early, and a nice, clean headshot from the Viper.
Yeah, and that's just what you kind of want on your actual bonus round, especially coming out like the first thing when they have Vandals and Phantoms. Here comes the Seekers coming out here. J-Back does get silenced. Flash, though.
The drone came out as well, but trying to focus on that sneaker. J-Back goes down to Frost.
Oh, he was in the Vuln there, so he took so much more damage. And Genny is finding some really good angles here with this Neon. He really is just kind of hunting them down with this Vandal.
Yeah, Neon's been really making the difference so far. Misses the Marshall shot again. Boise State with these Marshalls have not been able to pay off just yet, as New Mexico's just been winning these gunfights, and even through the wall, take down Alden.
Yeah, that was a good first shot very on at the very beginning of the round. We saw that Marshall had a great headshot there. But unfortunately, you know, Boise State didn't have the guns, so they got one. They'll take that. Oh, and Skies actually coming with an operator on this chamber here. Skies has definitely been playing this chamber really well, I would say. He seems like he's in kind of on that chamber duty, kind of like that yay mentality of like, all right, you're playing chamber every game here. And, you know, it's funny because chamber's so versatile. You can play him as an actual sentinel. You can play him as kind of like a pseudo-duelist with how aggressive he can play. So you definitely want someone who's very confident in their aim and very confident with that op to kind of use that.
And even if he gets in a hairy situation, he can just TP out.
There it is, yep. Does get silenced too, and he still just gets the kill. Gotta be a little careful while you're silenced. Now gets another one. He still has the CP here, though.
Looking for the triple.
He's definitely gonna play aggressive because he, like I said, he still has that, rendezvous available. So he's gonna be playing, and he's just gonna take it out. He thought, okay, you know what, too risky for him.
Yeah, New Mexico definitely is going to take it much slower after already losing 2 members. He saw the flick of the gun.
Yeah, I think he saw the gun as well. Oh, yeah, nice shot there by
Denial
Chamber,
of the flank at least confirms that the Chamber is there. J-Back goes for it as well. Surprised that Haha was not continuing to watch that
shot.
There's the triple.
But he doesn't seem lower underneath him where Genny is going to have a great flank. Might take the rope here. Yeah, he's probably get this one.
Oh, sees the barrel.
Yep.
Just like that. Doesn't go for the op pickup, which I think
it's 1v3. Yeah, I agree. I think. Oh, wow. What a nice shot there.
But now has to run all the way back for the spike, which surprisingly no members of Boise State dedicated a member to watching the spike.
I don't think they ever saw it here because they never went through that exact spot through mid. You saw J-Back get the kill here, but he never actually pushed through any farther than that. So I don't think Boise State actually knew where the spike was here. Boise's going to be playing 2 together, which I'm a big fan of, but Genny's going to go A. Or not is going to have a chance to see him, but it is kind of hard to hit Neon while they are sprinting, but he does run a sprint. 14 seconds left.
Oh, sees the head.
Oh my gosh. Nice shot there from Genny. And now in a 1v1 situation, was a 1v4.
Genny's closing this gap on this Neon.
Does have ult available if he, chooses to as well.
I would be so surprised if they committed the ult here.
It
would get the round win, though.
But he's been having some great aim here at this Vandal. Has one more concuss left, so does see him.
Still at full health this entire time as well.
Okay, and now it's going to be a hard call from here from
the dash. Is in.
Yeah. And Genny does a 1v4 clutch when, there's no way. I mean, Sky's got his 3, J-Back got 1. And it was a 1v4.
Boise State had this in the bag, and it was just...
This shot was insane by him on J-Back.
So clean, though.
Yeah, because J-Back was trying to leave there for sure, but he just got... that was a great headshot. But Genny turned it up for his team there, which kind of sucks because now Boise State is forced into a save.
And going up against all Vandals, not a single Phantom, which I find actually kind of surprising because a lot of people prefer one or the other.
Yeah, I think, a lot of times... This is, oh, wow. Does trade 1 for 2, though. Definitely will take down the side of
Genny once again, though.
Yeah, this guy in the Vandal is doing quite a great job. Oh, it has the concusses. Damio does get concussed.
We'll just tank it.
Oh!
The Sheriff.
Yeah. Sheriff Demon coming in here. But the thing is, those guns are actually, you can't get them just yet because New Mexico is holding them. But it is a 3v3. And, Boise State, 2 members are quite low here.
Yeah. Out of the 3, 2 members of each team both have their ultimates that they could commit. But in a 3v3 situation... I think it would definitely be risky to do so because you're not going to get nearly as much value. Maybe the Viper pick could come out here, but I'd be very surprised. Nope, there it is.
I think that's pretty fine here. I think Boise State, they have 2 guns actually. If you saw where Daimyo is, they got 2 kills over there, so they have 2 Vandals available. I think at this point, since you have 2 members in your team so low, you just take the 2 free guns, take the 2 Vandals, save it.
Yep.
Because, I mean, they have Viper's Pit, they have guns, you have, 20 HP here from Daimyo. I think at that point, it's just worth to just save the guns, keep your eco, so if next round doesn't go too well, you still have it, so.
Yeah, I think that Boise State's Viper will at least hold the angle because they have the Marshal, so they can hold it.
So they want to make sure they go down.
But Sky's at 10 HP, kind of pushing aggressively and runs right in front without firing a bullet.
I guess they're going for is let's try to get the enemy
eco
in
front.
I think they're just trying to get as many as the enemies down because they have enough for next round as well because they saved anyways, so they're good there.
3 for 1 with Spike being down and lose all of the guns. I think they definitely should have taken your idea of just save the guns. It would have been much safer. Yeah, you eliminate 1 more person, but New Mexico has the money to spare.
Absolutely here, and now we're going to 2 to 3. This is going to be a big round from Boise because it kind of hits a spot where you don't want to be the, buy, lose, save, buy, save. You don't want to get into that habit or at least that kind of momentum, for that, right? Yeah. Building up. So I think Boise State definitely needs to do a big number this round. A good win would be good, big here because New Mexico will still have enough for next round.
Which is one thing we've talked about in the past is how important momentum is in Valorant.
Absolutely.
Because those timeouts can make a just monumentum of difference for these players. as a huge rotation actually happening over onto B with only the KO of Boise State of J-Bag holding him back.
Yeah, definitely has to be safe here because he has 3 members of the Boise.
He gets one, looks for the second, unable to get it.
That was a good try, but the thing is there are going to be 4 members on site here. Now Boise State going with that retake here. 3 ults pop, does want
Hunter's
very nice, gets one.
Yes. Oh.
He went for the spot in the corner, so at least they know that is clear. They still have the Tour de Force available on Sky, so you can hopefully kind of get something going here. But it's now time for the Boise State retake. They don't want to take too slow here, because remember, they're still, fighting against that clock.
Yeah, and they've already committed 2 ultimates to this round, so I would presume that they want to try to save up the best they can.
Oh, watch this flank, though, by Chamber. Gets one.
Oh, clean right onto the Viper.
And now it's a 2v3 Daimyo, and kind of a...
Oh, he's got it.
Situation. Get one.
1 for 1.
But now it's a 1v2.
He doesn't have time on his side.
Yeah, unfortunately, is not going to have it. Does get, hey, got his 4K in, got his stats. You got to make sure you get those up. But
KD.
Yeah, that's right. That was good shots there. That was a really great flank there from Chamber. He kind of knew all 3 were looking towards him. They didn't know where he was. Just gets his one. That makes it so much harder already because now they have to worry about the person in tunnel as well.
Yeah.
And I think it was a good play by Chamber on the fact that he got one and then backed up. Because just having that pressure from somewhere that you have to be able to look at is honestly so much bigger than actually peeking.
Which I think that's something Boise State should take note of that New Mexico did, but J-Bag didn't. He got the elimination, saw the rest of them, and just held his trigger down, whereas he could have easily pulled back 1 or 2 steps, lost that angle, so then they have to push around him where they don't know where he might be, and he might have been able to survive that much longer.
Yeah, I think the hard part, though, is just the Neon concusses in close range over there. So
Neon has been the big game changer so far.
Oh, Frost gets 2 here and 2, but Boise's definitely been kind of running with this like
firing with the Marshall is definitely a.
It's 100% accurate.
Not in that situation.
It is. So here we go. J-Bag has an off now. So I think he's just going to save this. I think he...
I mean, in a 1v5 situation, you...
Yeah, definitely save the op.
Save the op.
But they're going to start running them down because they have 5 members of New Mexico, and they are more than ready to run these people down. J-Bag be holding spawn here. Oh! Almost gets it.
Well, now he's been spotted out, and the concuss coming out.
Wow, great concuss there, too. And Chamber is always... This Chamber by New Mexico is always... on the flank, always behind you.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's been paying off.
And I think the biggest thing here is New Mexico is actually playing really slow. Like if you watch the beginning of their rounds, like they're not rushing right away. They're kind of getting the info first. You see the 2 play. They got all, pinged in 2, but they just kind of walked back to there, walk to B, walk to A. They kind of walk around first, get picks, then you'll see them move.
So for Boise State going up against that, now having had a economic advantage, and Ultim sitting at 0-7 as your Jet player?
Definitely feels bad, but yeah, he just needs 1 play to kind of get it going again.
I mean, this may be the time for that play. He has the Blade Storm ready.
He might be saving for next round as well, but I think if there's a moment for it, I think this is going to be a big round here. Boise State, down 2-5 at the moment. New Mexico has 2 ults. We have not seen the Neon ult just yet. Kind of saving that probably for a certain situation, but the Tour de Force is also available here.
I think because they bought, we won't see the ult, especially the Blade Storm, because Boise State bought, but I think they definitely could have utilized it here. But I still think they're learning much of how New Mexico plays because they've been trying to counteract it, and obviously it has not been working because we're sitting 2-5.
Yeah, and at the moment, New Mexico, you just kind of watch them. They're just kind of spreading out, not actually committing too much to anything just yet. Chamber getting that kind of mid control, because at the moment they can actually get full mid control, and there's not a single person on B side. Actually, there's 1 person on B side. You just can't see him in the corner.
Yeah.
But like I said, New Mexico's just kind of slowly taking space, going where they need to go. Boise State, you see Jet going back and forth here, not really knowing which they're
indecisive, yeah. There's no clear game plan for Boise State as they're just constantly rotating, figuring out what's going on.
Yeah, here comes the rope here.
20 at the 30-second mark. This is exactly when you want to collapse.
Oh, great shot by J-Bag. It's a big kill onto Genji there, or Genny. And now we have him in a good spot as well. They have 14 seconds left, though, so if they stop the plant, it's looking pretty hard.
Stalled it for a little bit more.
Okay, great trades there. Now a 4v2 situation for Boise State. Wow, great shot there. Panda goes down.
Now it's just the Chamber able to get a little bit of poke onto, but
Daimyo gets 3, and I think right there was a great job of just retaking Boise State. J-Bag getting the kill on Rennie there is huge because it allows him not to get that full space of that corner there. And so I think just, Boise State collapsing at the very last second, coming in, did a great job of that. Not playing too fast for it either, having, knowing their locations and playing off that here.
Also, huge props to Mexico of just waiting till the 32nd and then committing everything and just running right into it. They did have the bad timing of as soon as J-Bag turns the corner, it's just instant headshot onto your Viper, which is obviously not what you want to see. But Boise State, as you mentioned, answered that very well, and I want to see them doing that again going forward because they don't have many rounds left until now they're on attack. So going up against New Mexico on the defense, they don't know what that's going to look like, and New Mexico still has the 3 ultimates that they now have to worry about because Neon's been holding on to it this whole time.
Absolutely, and Seekers are back online. They did a pretty good job of using that Seekers kind of on cooldown there. Yep, like I said, he's really doing a good job of popping that. I think that's what you kind of use Seekers like. It's just an info gather, see where they're kind of located, play off of it.
And she's also been using it as soon as she gets it every time.
And Rennie, look at this push from Rennie here mid though.
Could see the ultimate come out, especially with how aggressive she's playing.
Wow, Frost gets him through. Genny gets Daimyo, which is really tragic because of that
we're already down to a 2v5.
And now they're looking to look at the instant call from New Mexico. They're going, hey, we're going B. Like we know they're kind of players. Oh, great shot from Aldum though. That's a big one. Ooh.
I'm surprised they're not slowing down their push to B now with Aldum just dominating this B side, but now he's already rotating over to A when he had such a strong sight line.
Yeah, Sneaky Beaky had a really good flank there. It's unfortunately that J-Bag kind of got the end of that lurk, you would say. But they do have the plant now. It's now a 1v3. Great shots here from Aldum, so, we're definitely feeling pretty good off those 2 kills.
Oh, saw the shoulder, but no damage.
Oh, wow. What a great shot there from Panda Peak. But overall, I mean, I think New Mexico did a great job of it. You kind of saw where they were playing, right? They got the pick in Nest, they got a pick B, they instantly rotated B.
The communication is there. Definitely not the struggles that we've been seeing on our Boise State team where they push, as the defenders, I'm surprised how aggressively they are pushing a lot of these angles, especially with how slowly New Mexico is taking it. Boise State has not been adjusting fast enough for them to reap the rewards.
Yeah, and I think this is what's going to happen in the early team, right?
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
going to be things that you practice or you want to go in with practice, but it's not going to translate in the game. And obviously, when a team like this plays so slow, and you definitely see them playing very, I would say, like proactive, right? They're getting one pick and they're instantly rotating. Like they kind of, you can tell in comms, this is what they're actually practiced. Like they go, well, we're going to play for this, play for one. Once we get this one, this is exactly what we're going to do. So far here, I like this timeout here from Boise State. Like I said, just needs to get a little bit, talk about it, see what's going on, what's happening.
Momentum for sure.
Exactly.
Because New Mexico's just been on that consistent roll, and funny enough, they're playing the Neon, so they want to keep going and just go and just blitz you. Even if it's the last 30 seconds, you have all that pressure just built up, and it's like, oh, they're going now, and you just have to react to it. Whereas Boise State wants to be the one acting it out, now reacting. Yeah,
and I also just like the Neon play mid there. You just run all the way through, get to Nest, and then just kind of challenge that 1v1 versus Daimyo. And obviously Genny is feeling very confident right now. So having that confidence.
I mean, 14 and 6, exactly. He has every right to be feeling confident, especially after winning a 1v4, which, just to stress, is very impressive, especially on a Neon on Breeze, which is something we almost never see. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's definitely been kind of. Great flash!
Boise State!
Wow, okay, Boise State after timeout is definitely the difference right there.
Run them down!
Yeah, they had a great flash there with a triple peak, and they just mowed them all down. I mean, that was like a 15-second round.
That's how you capitalize on people playing slow and tightly together.
Yeah.
New Mexico's like, all right, here's the game plan. They're on top of us. Like, that transition was instant, and they were not ready for it. Yes, Boise State lost 2 members, but I think calculated risk for sure.
Yeah.
Of just, we won it. Who cares?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, right, they just want these rounds. I mean, I think rounds are very important
here. We're still 4-6. It is a very close gap that I think Boise State should be very happy with. Now committing the Blade Storm is, I think, a smart decision.
Yeah, because he dropped his Phantom to J-Bag. So they definitely kind of just have that one extra gun. They probably have the eco for it. So, hey, let's just make use of that.
Boise State's been hurting for eco, so smart decisions across the board.
Okay, here comes the KO.
Still waiting for the Neon ult. We haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it sucks there because Skies gets, silenced basically, so he can't play this aggressive angle. And the Viper Spit coming out here. Look at Chamber. That's a good pick there because now they have the flank. And Boise State, this is what I was talking about. This is the retake that is very advantageous besides the Viper Pit, obviously.
Yeah, Viper Pit is what.
But he has Hunter's Fury here, so he can get to a good angle.
And the Blade Storm is still up. There's the Hunter's Fury.
Gets one. Gets the second one.
Oh, but Alden went in with the blades and got taken down immediately by Frost, so
they need the Viper down. Oh, just ping him. That's huge.
They should be able to get this here. They just need to find the one remaining player who is behind them.
And there we go.
Yes.
And that's
exactly. Yeah. This timeout has been Boise State. That's exactly what they needed.
Sometimes all it takes, you know, is just a let's relax a little bit. Yep. Let's talk about what we're actually doing or what they're doing. And right now we saw that retake from Boise was fantastic.
Yeah, even against the Vipers, it paid off so well. And I think if they had not gotten the ping against the Viper in the Viper's pit, it would have gone much worse. So just excellent communication from Boise State and execution for them.
I do want to say that Daimyo's I guess flank there is huge. He gets the chamber and then he instantly pops the Hunter's Fury, which I really like. Because like last week we saw him hold the the Hunter's Fury on this map for the whole half. But this time he's used it twice already. He's gotten 2 great values out of it.
Which I think New Mexico is now suffering from. They've had this Neon ult for how many rounds and still haven't utilized it?
Absolutely.
And Genny has been suffering now, not winning those gunfights. And I think the ult needs to come out, but they already committed the tour de force, so I think it would be an overcommitment. That's the other thing. So as much as it would be an overcommit, it's now or never. So.
And the thing is with Neon ult now is if you're getting headshots with Neon ult, it kills so fast. Like, it is actually quite insane if you headshot people with it. You will die so fast without being able to react. So
I hope.
Oh, there it is. It's popped. And now they're going to go with an A push here. 2 on site.
There's the tour de force.
Yeah, Daimyo doesn't go down with that.
Oh, the beam through the Viper's pit and runs right in the wrong direction, facing it.
Oh, great shot there on the pick.
Yeah, huge value right now.
He knows KO's close. Doesn't get close enough to ping him. Oh! Rariana is definitely working this Viper pit here, and I like this play. I like this play.
Definitely knows someone's still in it after the shots coming out from the KO. Panda just, he does much better in the jiggle.
No, there it is. Yep.
But 4 goals. The penta, baby!
An ace by Rariana, and I want to say that play is so good. Gets 3 in the Viper's pit, and then he actually knows that they're in it, so he leaves the Viper's pit to play a 3-on-2 advantageous to Boise State.
I think that's a huge misplay on New Mexico. You saw that they committed the Viper pit so early on to A. Why not immediately go to B where they don't have that utility? They even had the tour de force. Why push through a Viper's pit with a tour de force? I don't understand that play there. And they committed the Neon ult, so they could have ran over very much quicker to B. So I think New Mexico deservedly lost that. So Boise State capitalized on it, and now we're 6-6.
Yeah, they might have had the mentality of, okay, the Virus Pit's probably playing solo. We'll play, 3 or 4 into it, but did not go that way. And Rariana played it. I'll say Rariana played it so well there, so definitely want to give a shout out to that one. Great ace there. CB gets a good flash. Oh, Genny does just 1 for 1 though at the end of the day.
Oh, the headhunter.
Yeah, the headhunter. This guy, he's definitely doing a great number with this chamber here. Gets another one too with it. Oh, and Panda just kind of loses it there. Skies now kind of has a pistol of his own. 3 bullets in the chamber as well.
Headhunter beat Headhunter. Let's see it happen. And
gets 1.
Cost all 3 bullets though.
Hey, got his 1 though.
A little bit of econ that Boise's been hurting on.
It's definitely interesting to see because sometimes we've seen these chambers lately. They'll go ghost with trip, but it seems like both these chambers were like, hey, we're pretty good at the headhunter. We're gonna go 4-bullet hunter and then the trip. And let me just say, New Mexico chamber is definitely doing a number with that thing.
Yeah, for sure. They've been a force to be reckoned with, and Genny only traded 1 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's fine as long as they have the pressure. They actually use that space very well. You saw another swing from the teammate, gets another one as well.
They were at least 2 and 2. It wasn't just Genny going in. So a little bit communication improved there, but they got the spike, so I think Boise State might just have to hang back here, get an elimination if you can. But
yeah, this guy's playing a very, very long flank here.
Got 20 seconds, so time's not on his side.
Just needs to try to take these isolated angles with this 1-on-1. Oh, Frost was ready for that, yeah. And New Mexico wins that pits round again. Boise, I kind of like their idea of at least like the 3 mid and trying to play with that first, but New Mexico definitely had a strat for that with the the flash into Genny, dashing, I guess, rolling in there, the slide, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a great play from Genny because he's playing so aggressive on this Neon as well, and when you keep getting kills like it, I think obviously you should just keep going for it.
I mean, the best thing you can ask for in the worst case scenario is 1 for 1.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Genny's always been getting.
Yeah.
So that's the best you can ask for, especially from a Neon who's just not favored on this map, and getting that much value has been huge for the team.
Yeah, they definitely have seen a couple Neons on this map, but definitely have not seen the success that they're having, which they just do a great job of complementing it. Oh, and Genny gets one.
With the Bulldog, no less.
Yep, and looks the silence.
Ooh.
Oh, they do get him, though. That's a Bulldog, too, on site. Oh, wow, Panda gets two.
Only watching the one angle, but Panda getting a little pinch right now from BSU, but with only the Silva remaining, this is time for New Mexico to go for the pinch because they know exactly where he is, and he only has the classic.
And Damio's just going to hold this angle here. Gets him actually. Wow.
Nice. But with 4 health remaining, goes down to 1 bullet.
Just needs to get it once. He's won, quite literally.
But that's the best thing you can ask for in that situation is at least 1 for 1.
I'll say I'm pretty sure they got 2 there for the round from Boise State. So that's at least 2's better than 0. So at least it's some dent into their eco, which for the bonus they need to win this round pretty well. So any sort of little advantage they can get, you'll take.
Yeah, Boise State should have the gun advantage here, as it seems that New Mexico is just going for nothing but Bulldogs and Vandals. So
yeah, and we're actually going to see New Mexico buy up here with 2 Vandals. They are definitely playing for the win this round.
They want to try to maintain this 2-round lead, which is what they lost last round after the swap due to that timeout.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Boise State wins this round that New Mexico takes the timeout.
Yeah, I definitely could see something of that nature, but they might have to win a couple rounds in order for New Mexico to really force that one, because I think they want to save momentum if they want, because so far New Mexico is playing very well.
Yeah, it's definitely been...
Oh, wow, gets a pick on Disguise, too. That's definitely what you don't want to see there, but great shots from Chamber. Ball does go down. Panda's playing in an interesting spot, too. It's not a spot that many people would actually peek, but he might, here this Boise. Oh, he goes around the circle, gets one, and it was the bomb.
Spike down mid.
KO has just been a problem that I haven't
great
been
shot.
able to address until then. Still 1 for 1 though. These are losses Boise State cannot take right now, being down a man.
4v1 does press 1.
Knows there's one in the corner, but loses it. Is just pinched in the crossfire right now.
And wow. I mean, Chambers getting 2 there. Just that they knew Neo's back site there, so they obviously couldn't push it fully. And they had, 3 members on A site there, so it's so hard. You had one yellow, 1 on stairs, and then 1 back site. So there's just so much for Boise State to end up, trying to hold or even just, go for. So definitely a hard situation for them. But New Mexico goes up 9-6 here, whereas Boise State definitely has to save again. So potential 10-6 situation for Boise State, which is definitely not at the end of the bounds of loss yet, but definitely a thing where you got to start picking it up if you want to win that game.
Yeah, and I think that's also props to New Mexico's team comp of if they're in that situation, if either the Viper or Neon is dead, one of them is still alive to throw up that wall and give them the cover to go through and deny that crossfire, which is where I think Boise State's team comp might just have to rely on keep the Viper alive so you can have that wall. And going down to 3 HP is not the best way, but at least she lived.
They get Genny with the Marshall. It's a great shot from J-Bag. It's definitely they needed to get kind of something going here. This is a big eco round if Boise State does manage to take it.
Hopefully we'll be able to see that collapse. KO does have the ult available, but I'd be very surprised if they end up committing to it as the Chamber picks up Alden, which allows him to get the tour de force as well.
Yeah, but Alden? Oh, okay. Wow, at least Daimyo
just saved him for sure.
Yeah, Daimyo came around the corner there and had a great shot, thankfully. Guys, sometimes the easiest shots just, get to you. We've all been there. Now it's still a 4v3. They have the Hunter's Fury, so I think that's why they're having one playing back
so quickly.
They might have lineups as well. That's why they're playing so far here.
Want to see hopefully the KO take mid and push around for sure.
Skies. Wait for the right click. Unfortunately, just gets 1 hit. Does pop the ult, so they get.
And there's that one.
Stop on the feet. Oh, we didn't get close enough actually. Mariana does down him. Oh, but Chambers close, and
Chamber on the triple.
J-Back got him though. They're not gonna have time.
Boise State winning by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, that's a big round too. I mean, I liked Boise State's setup there, and Mariana honestly saved a good portion of that round by getting the KO who was ulted, so the Hunter's Fury did not get fully stopped.
Yep.
And at that point, they push so far and waste so much time. J-Bag getting that 1 kill into B main does a great job of, hey, this secures the round. They don't have time to defuse it. So big round from Boise State, like I said. They have enough now. Skies has an operator getting going. 20 kills from Daimyo, which definitely doing a number this game. He is definitely popping off this game. Absolutely. But at this point, you know, members Boise State, you know, doing their best here, attack. Now just needs anyone else to step up, and that's kind of the biggest difference here. Ooh, yeah. You know, it's hard that tour de force. It shoots quite fast.
So that's star player down, and there it is again. He even had the operator to contest it, but was not able to react fast enough. So Boise State already down 2 members is terrified of this tour de force, and you know it's there. So J-Bag, very risky to push this right now. Oh, saw him on the right.
He's got 2 more bullets left. I mean, he could get, you know, 2 more kills.
This is the possibility of the ace as Aldum takes down Panda.
Oh, nice shots there from both of the members here. Now the thing is where do they want to go? They still have to get Spike down next to spawn. New Mexico's not aware of where the Spike is, so they don't have to worry too much about that in terms of like holding it. But it seems like Mariana is going to start making their way towards it. I like the Viper Wall to kind of have that mid, you know, smoked off, because you do know that this chamber has tour de force. You don't want to just walk into an off and make it very easy for him.
I also think it's smart just because they may not know this, but the chamber is pushing up, and that Viper Wall definitely stopped him in his tracks because he's not pushing past that wall, which allowed the Spike to be picked up so Viper can go for the plant. If they can resecure B, because denies it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with that wall they've been performing recently, hopefully they can get this. The concussion goes out, so they definitely know he's there.
Yeah, Genny is on site by himself. I think he concussed him once, but he has 7 seconds left. He's going to plant, and Genny's just going to swing probably. And get it, yeah. Unfortunately, he could shoot a little bit through that wall, but yeah, he didn't have a choice there because he had to plant there with time. When you have 5 seconds left, you know, might as well try to plant, but Boise State does lose it. He does have a gun, so he can actually drop that and get and use his knives. So I think that's, you know, at least something that Aldum has. I'm
surprised Aldum didn't rotate back over to B to help cover the plant.
I think they were trying to, I thought they thought that both of them were there and tried to maybe get like a rotate kill first by catching him off guard, like an off angle. But here we go. Boise State's gonna have 2 Vandals.
Behind by 3 rounds though, so New Mexico's getting close to finishing out this first map.
Get out of my way.
So he takes the Boise
there's the Blade Storm, there's the KO ult, back to back.
Oh, does get silenced though, so he loses the drone. Still has Dart as well.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, the one thing,
up and knock him down.
The one thing I do definitely want to point out there is Daimyo going first when you have the KO ult and these duelists. I don't think that is definitely ideal. I think Sky's flanking is good, but I think Daimyo definitely just needs to wait either for that util or have his KO going first so they can at least go down and then trade them, right?
And that's info gained of he's still alive when he goes down, so at least that's knowledge of where they are because you don't have any other utility to throw there. I'm also surprised Boise State did not just commit the wall much earlier on so that they could try to push through that because it was just open field. So I think it's a very smart timeout.
Yeah, I would say, I think, you know, it's a 7-11 at next point or next, you know, win from New Mexico is going to be that very least tiebreaker, right? So it's always kind of a mental round, I would say. It's not that you can never come back from that, but it's like knowing the fact that, you know, if we get a 12, it's going to be overtime, definitely kind of sets a different mental perspective for you.
I mean, last time they did timeout, it closed the gap hugely. So I think it's a super smart timeout coming out from Boise State that might offset New Mexico, but I think after last time, they've definitely wisened up to it of how that playstyle might is. And Boise State's just struggling with a game plan here because they went all in on B and were just mowed down because of they were all stacked up pushing the same angle with no walls, no coverage other than both their ultimates, but they kind of they didn't have the lineup correctly. As you mentioned, Dynamo all the way in the front should have definitely held back. So hopefully they're able to adjust and kind of regroup after that as they're going for a pseudo buy as well.
They definitely want to win this round. That's what they decided on. Oh,
well, there's the Viper Pit as well, pushing very aggressively for that ult orb and still gets it surprisingly.
Yeah, very, very greedy play there. Does get it, and now he has the tour de force available, so has another person online here for Boise State. I think they have like 2 or 3 members who bought. I think it was 2.
I think it was 3 because we already saw one with the shorty. We saw the Guardian.
Oh, yeah. So just J-Bag who had his shorty out.
Yeah.
Skies definitely needs to get this pick into. But New Mexico's Chamber has 20 kills at the moment, and he is top fragging for this
Rotates
team.
out of it.
Yeah, they're just going to stay there. I mean, the thing about that Viper's Pit, though, is it allows A mid to be open. So it's like you can actually still go A, you just go through mid because, you know, if they're just going to sit and spawn. Oh, got some damage out on him, though. And Skies actually got silenced, so they definitely have an idea of where he's at.
Yeah, getting close to 3 members.
Oh, wow.
Nice shot coming out from Skies with the tour de force.
Yeah, and Sneaky Beaky definitely was trying to move across. I think they heard Boise State over there with that silence, but definitely, unfortunately, was looking towards Nest still to hold that angle.
Gets onto site and takes down Panda from stairs.
Oh, Frost gets 2. Frost gets 3. J-Back. Oh, 4. No, we have 2 vibrations here.
Don't be an ace. Don't be an ace. You ran right into it.
Oh, man. We have 2 Viper Spit aces this game. And they both happened very, very similar at the same spot. So we just kind of had a mirror match of like, hey, I can do that too. He did, so.
Especially up against like a shorty and everything. You think he would have gotten at least 1 shot off, but nope.
Yeah, that was, I mean, Frost, and now Frost is top right. This guy's 22 kills on Viper, on Breeze.
I mean, if it's going to be any map, it's going to be Breeze.
I mean, true, but the thing is, they are usually just playing on an island. You know, like the defense, they just kind of sit over there and like, all right, well, hopefully they come to me, you know.
And they did.
And they did.
But you think Boise State, after already doing this, is going to be like, all right, let's not do that because it worked for us.
Wow, Getting gets 2, though. Ugh. Oh, Alden gets the second one, which is actually a very huge kill there.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Sneaky Beaky goes down once again. 3v3 here for Boise State. Alden is quite low, 30 HP, definitely not ideal.
Interesting spot for the Viper wall, especially since the KO had already walked past it, but they haven't cleared out that corner.
Oh, here comes Virus again.
Down.
Oh, Skies does go down.
They didn't clear out that corner, and he wasn't looking at it, and then walked past it. Definitely not the best play, and I think that also just was unneeded because he would have heard them push.
Yeah, but it's now a 2v3. Boise State does have the Viper's Pit, and we did see last time, you know, how Rariana played with that.
Ooh, but
yeah, that was tragic timing there, just because, you know, he was looking at the grenade because he knew that KO was in that vicinity over there, and then just peeks. That's a great job from New Mexico, and New Mexico takes that game 1, and I will say they looked pretty convincingly. I mean, they played very, very well on that Breeze, which is their pick map, of course, so I think usually your first pick map, you're going to have a lot more comfortability on it, so this next map will definitely be a kind of show of how Boise State is feeling about their map picks and how they've practiced these map picks as well.
Yeah, not to just huge props to New Mexico, but the Neon, I think, definitely caught Boise State off guard because it got a lot of value early on, and then they slowly adapted to it. But I think then just Genny's gunplay just came out and won the battle. Definitely a couple of misplays on the side of Boise State. They had amazing Viper Pit, and then enemy team copied them, and they fell for it, which was definitely questionable at that moment. But I think the timeouts were the biggest plays for Boise State, where they were able to recuperate, regroup, and execute again and again and again. So I hope to see that repeat, especially on a map they're more comfortable with, which I wouldn't be surprised if it's Ascent going into the next one, especially after that early preview we had.
Yeah, and I think that's a good call. I think they did a great job over there. But, of course, map 2 is going to be really great. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, where we have the Gridiron Rivals, which is New Mexico versus Boise State, as New Mexico just took a Game 1 pretty convincingly. I'm your host, Brandon Red Hots Kozianczyk, and joining me to call the action as Brenner Bear. And Brenner, I just want to ask, like, you know, New Mexico came out pretty well that game. They're very, you know, well put together. They're very organized. What do you think Boise State has to do to go into this game 2 to kind of change things up?
I think it's going to come down to the map pick, because that was, I think without question, New Mexico's like home turf. They had Breeze down to a point. They played around the neon perfectly, which was something they clearly very well practiced, and then just executed again and again and again, even if they were down teammates or members, and adapted to Boise State's strategies, even maybe perfecting them here and there with, like, say, the Viper's Pit that Boise State did very well, and then just did it again, and it was like, all right, here, anything you can do, I can do better, was definitely the title of that first map. So going into map 2, I want to see Boise State take a map they know they have excellent strategies that maybe New Mexico might not expect. But that also makes me worried of being a newer team. Have they built those out yet?
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of it's what you said is, I agree 100%. I think the biggest thing here is individual play as well. You can fall through on the maps too, where I think the biggest thing is just having a warm up game 1 where you've kind of just hey, you know that's not your game. You should make sure that your mental is reset for game 2. Know you're a better player. Hey, you know what? I still have a team behind me. We can do this still. And of course, we have the docks keys to the game, which in VAL, you want to focus angles, flank, know your location, and count cards, call abilities, and of course, click heads. And this is brought to you by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is a premier online platformer for gamers hosting competition. Play your favorite games, win cash and prizes free. Paid entry in matches. So make sure you check it out at dropingaming.com. And like I said, I think this is going to be a really fun match, too. I mean, we saw New Mexico be a really good team. I mean, last week we saw it 2-1 by Boise State. So kind of a different, you know, feel where they're down the first map this time. So now they need to come back and kind of get that second map going for that, you know, third map. But, you know, sometimes you need the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think New Mexico was pretty good at offsetting that with how slow they played.
Yeah.
And Boise State, I almost want to say, got a little bit antsy because we saw J-Back on the KO get aggressive on defense. Like, you don't need to push that angles. They're going to come at you. You know they will. They just wait to the last 30 seconds where all that pressure's built up and Boise State's just like, just do it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a bigger thing. Obviously, I think they probably talk about it after the first game. Hey, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's play, you know, kind of how we want to play. Exactly. And it's going to be Icebox. Icebox is a really fun map because it allows so much, you know, like expression on this map. The rope is a big mechanic that we've seen a lot. Just make huge plays on. You can make so many big plays, or even just plays that you're like, why is someone right there? And just, you know, overall, a lot of team play here. Boise State going with the Sage as well, and we're going to see no duelists. We're going with the KO versus the Raze, which Raze is definitely starting to get a lot more popular on this map due to just how much utility she can use in these kind of choke points for people. And you know, they played it well last game, so definitely can see, you know, this Raze being utilized pretty well. Boise State probably has a little bit of comfort this map, you know, obviously picking this map second here. So I'd love to see some strats or, you know, kind of things they've been practicing on get to work here. And Genny's actually on the Sage, which is interesting because I thought he was going to be the person on Raze.
Yeah, especially after the big plays he was making on Neon and how much the team had to play around him. He'd want to be like that star player of, you know, the Jet that they have to be played around. But now going to the Sage where he's kind of fallen out of that role and just saying like, all right, I'll support the team now, where he was being one of the top fraggers next to Haha Lal on that
Panda,
chamber.
though.
He's got that headhunter, picks up one, gets two. 4 bullets, 2 kills. That's the only thing you could ever ask for.
Oh, Sky's actually follows up with 2 more kills of his own. These headhunters doing, you know, wonders
It's
for each
been the
team.
chambers that have just been the deciding factors, especially for early rounds.
Yeah. And the headhunter is just such an insane ability, right? And that's a one-tap anywhere on the map. So as long as you have that going for, but it's a 3v3 here for Boise State. And actually gets healed up as well, so it's still, you know, a
against the frenzy, yeah.
That was pretty hard timing there by Relana because it's not a peak at the same time where it's advantageous for you because Raze is looking right there at you.
Which is a nice thing that we can see. If Boise State is able to win this map, we'll be heading over to Haven.
1 bullet left. Oh, gets that! Nice shot there from Skies. I think Skies is definitely looking to redeem himself after that first game, and you know, it's so far looking to come to play.
Yeah, has been paying off for him so far. But now in a 1v2 situation, at least the Raze is half health. The drone does come out, so he's going to get scouted out here. Bombot as well might be deployed here. He even gets tagged by the drone. Trying to fake out the pin.
Oh, wow. Gets 4, but unfortunately the Boombot trade. I mean, that's just kind of a hard thing where he has to take a moment to obviously kind of pick one. And I think I'd always just go for the kill instead because,
100%.
I mean, you take the 4 kills. He has a lot of money now, which is actually huge because he's going to have like 4 to 5, you know, headhunter bullets this round, even 6 maybe. But, you know, having the extra income is going to be a big number on this eco round.
It's something that Boise State, I think, would then have to play around because he has the money, he has the utility and the guns that I think now that New Mexico has all the guns that they need to win this next round, that Boise State's going to have to play a little more conservatively, I would even say, as they already lose their Sage.
I like this play, though. Just playing for as many kills as they can. Genny goes down. Oh, Skies gets another one.
Genny with a quad?
Oh, and he aced him. He aced him.
Even on a Sage, it doesn't matter. He'll just solo you anyway.
He got his ecos in. I mean, I think Boise State had a great idea there of just kind of stacking, playing for, you know, let's just play for as many as we can. But Genny kind of just, you know,
shut it down.
Yeah, he shut it down, kind of cleaned up with that Spectre, got his 5, and he's like, all right, you know, I'll take that.
Boise State full buying here. So they need to win this round if they're not going to have to save for another round that I think they really don't want to afford going up against New Mexico, who have probably twice the much money that they will have for the next round.
So they actually, Frost is buying here, so if New Mexico loses this round, their eco's pretty in shambles for the most part here. So definitely a big round here for Boise State to capitalize on and make a big, you know, play here for.
Especially stop the momentum of it's 0-2.
Yep.
Yes, they were early runs, but momentum is momentum.
I'll say after 2-0, it's, you know, this is your first round where you actually keep going, you know, playing again. So you shouldn't, you know, think about it too much. Sky's playing a good angle here. Great shot. Skies is definitely feeling it this game. He is getting a lot of good kills that need to be happening. And look at Tube, though. He does get it, and now he's going to run back. They might hear him, though, because, yeah, you see Daimyo holding mid. That's a cool play, though. Gets the thing and TP's out, so I like it in the trip there. Daimyo definitely just kind of wary that, you know, he knew that someone was just running up this, so they have to make sure that kitchen is fully clear before they actually commit to anything else.
It's all about the mind games. You hear the footsteps and he just TP's out. Now you have to waste time to clear it out to make sure he's not there. They're at least up a man, having taken down the Rise, but hasn't paid off as this whole time their Sage has just been sitting on B.
Daimyo gets a pick onto Panda, which is also big as well. Oriana holds, looks up, does get the kill though. Oh, goes for the snake bite unfortunately, but a little too late. He saw him. Oh wow.
Doesn't get it though.
But there's Sky's the 3K. Sky said, I heard that last game Chamber was, you know, doing a number, but hey, I can play Chamber too, I promise.
Yeah, both teams changed up their Chamber players, and it seems that has favored Boise State so far.
Yeah, and Skies is playing, you know, as well as he needs to right now because Boise State,
8-2.
I was say Boise needs a player to step up, and Skies is doing just that.
It's just a battle between Skies and Genny right now, 7-2 and 8-2.
And a lot of their kills are usually like one round. But Skies has his old drops available for his teammate here. They do have the Sage Res available for New Mexico, so you can see them playing maybe a little bit more aggressive.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. 2 for 0.
Not a single turtle for a shot even.
Gets one in the toe.
I respect the sheriff. I respect
Absolutely.
it.
There's the res.
Yep.
They get it. Yeah, and he dies once again. And Boise is just holding him all angles at the moment here. Great taps. Noser's low.
There's a snake bite.
Yep. Oh. I was like, he might get
gets
it.
from behind.
Pistol.
Classic and gets it.
Yeah. And I like Boise State's approach there. They know they have the gun advantage, and they use that rope, like I was kind of saying, is they use it to get to the left side of that and just play so aggressive here to just really give it to them in an aggressive way when you're defending.
Yeah.
Like when you have that gun advantage, you definitely need to press that to take advantage of that.
And now Sky's got the op, so he can hold much further back, play much safer.
Absolutely.
I think this is definitely something that, as much as I loved the last player of Boise State, they used the Tour de Force and had didn't do anything.
Hey,
so
great job
it
there.
was definitely a safety precaution of Boise State, but they could have held on to it. But now only having the Viper's Pit, New Mexico has to be so close to getting so many of their ults that I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they get a kill and then pop it immediately.
Like this recon. Oh, great off angle from Genny, but great trade from Daimyo. Does a great job of, hey, let's play this mid together. Yes, you can play aggressive, Skies, but if you do play too aggressive, I have your trade.
Yep. 2-2 has definitely been working on Boise State's favor, whereas New Mexico has definitely been more...
Yeah, more of a one, yeah.
And it hasn't been paying off for them. Yes, they get the 1-for-1, but they still have the second man following up, so now they can take that space that New Mexico loses and has to play even more defensively when they don't have very good control of sight so far.
Oh, careful Panda here, though. He's going to have an angle. Does get his one. And great trade from J-Bag. Boise State is doing... I say Boise State is trading immediately, which is exactly what you need to happen on this defense side here.
Up to 2-2.
And should get silenced here for... Yep. They know one's in the area. They do not know where the Sova is, though. Frost does see the op on the ground, but looks like he's just going to leave it there. Rightfully so, except for Sneaky Beaky is definitely going to pick that up.
Unless he's able to get that flick real quick.
Oh, that was close.
For the turn and run.
There it is. Great shot there from Aldum.
Exact lineup.
Aldum is definitely the Phantom user.
Slow comes out, and there it is.
And J-Bag with the there's been a lot of classic kills this series.
Which I actually really respect of just, it's faster to swap than the reload.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
It's just skill of the player. I know top tier players that still go for the reload than swapping, and it costs them their life again and again and again.
I would say, yep, might as well shoot back at them rather than just reload and look at them.
Yep.
So, hey, it's working big numbers here. Boise State up 3-2. This is New Mexico's buy round. This is going to be kind of the decider, I think, in terms of who can get that big spree going. If Boise State wins this, obviously you have a pretty big advantage.
Yeah, Boise State winning this round is almost required at this point because it's such a decider, as you stated, as the wall goes down in mid. But it seems no members of Mexico were pushing it outside of the chamber, just holding that angle. But they hear the op, so they know that they need to play probably a little bit more defensively and not push angles as aggressively.
Skies has the op still, did miss the first shot. They know he's on a site here. Jiggle picking, you know, they know he's still there. They have a lot of util still, though. They have the Raze full util. Not committing anything just yet, though, as they know that, you know, the rendezvous is still available, so we can play so aggressive and then just TP away if anything happens.
Yeah, this is something I would hope Boise State's calling out is they're going slow, wait for 30 seconds, and then they're just going to bum rush you. So hold your angles, play safe. And instead they're going to answer it with a Hunter's Fury and pick up the line.
Oh, wow, he tags the third one, too.
A double for Hunter's Fury is huge value that they then get to push. Scout out, here's the Boombot, and Plasma Snake's bite on top of the planter. Health,
a lot of damage,
yeah. And now Alden picks up Panda. That's the operator down for New Mexico. They're getting collapsed on here. Good flash.
Last one, they don't know exactly where they are.
Like any 1-for-1, but with 30 HP, not winning that gun.
I would say Grace has the showstopper there, but you're literally 20 HP, so by the time you hear the voice line, you're going to go down. And so,
Even by the time the animation finishes, I don't think you could fire it. So
yeah, exactly. That thing does take a while to arm.
Yeah. So good, at least restraint from New Mexico. But this Hunter's Fury play was
huge.
perfection.
And the funny thing is the ping that happened for him is not the first person he hit with it.
Which is funny.
He hit the person behind them who didn't get pinged.
Which is, I think, one of the issues of New Mexico of just traveling in that line.
Yeah.
You ping the first person, you're going to hit the last person. So he was able to capitalize on it, correct it for where they'd be, and then hit multiple of them because they were so grouped up. Which is why I think New Mexico has just been running into an issue of grouping. They're either solos and losing trades or together and just getting AoE damage.
Yep, and they're going to actually find them with the silence there, so J-Bag knows at least one of them are here. They do Viper Spit down. This play really slow. I do like this double Viper Spit play just because they are on a save round from New Mexico, so you don't want them just to bum rush through you. Ooh, Skies gets a great pick mid.
That denies the tour de force that he popped.
Yep.
That's a huge value gain.
And I like this play from Skies. He gets one and immediately leaves all the way back. You don't want to get too greedy on these save rounds because that's how it gets scary.
I think it's also a lesson learned from the prior map when they did get greedy, and it cost them every time.
The only spooky thing here is Jadam is actually playing B alone, or Aldum, sorry. And here comes, they definitely have the gun advantage, but gotta be careful because there's 4 of them.
Yeah, and they're pushing aggressively.
That happens.
It happens.
Okay, now they have full sight at this moment here.
Kind of waiting for the showstopper to come out and didn't check the corner.
Well, he didn't think he'd be there just because, maybe that's how it went. Oh, wow. And that's what I was saying, they got a lot of space here. And now they have an op.
Saw the head as he turned the corner and didn't even go back.
Oh, great trade there.
Yep.
Now it's a 2v1, but they still have the KO on the ground.
Ooh, let's see the Sheriff.
Diffusing.
No, he's going for the res. He doesn't get it, so great
and
play.
KO stays alive. So that's good for Eco.
Which is exactly what Boise State needed here. It was so crucial, and now they're first time we've ever seen him in a 3-round lead. The map has made the difference for them, and they've tightened up their strategy so well. And I also want to just props to Skies of the Chamber swap has been able to capitalize on it.
As Skies is definitely, picked it up this map for sure. I mean, not that he did particularly too poorly last map, but this map he's stepping up to be that role that they need to kind of get things going, and at least the picks that they need as well. Getting that first pick with the op right away is literally like your sole reason for opping. Is you getting that advantage right away, TP away, okay, play a different angle and hold it. So this would be a New Mexico buy round here. Boise State has now won the last 2 buy rounds that New Mexico had, so New Mexico's definitely they really want to make this round happen for their eco's sake.
I expect at least 2 ults from New Mexico here.
Yeah, Showstopper especially.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We've seen cases of teams in the past who hold on to it for the Neon Exalt. Perfect example from Breeza. Hold on to it for way too long and didn't get the value they wanted. So at least use it so you can start building it up again. And
here we go, Nothing used to...
Could be a use of the Viper's Pit once they get on the site.
Oh, wow. They actually get Aldum through the wall there. But, yeah, they did trade at least 1.
I think that's a trade negatively for Boise State because no res.
Here comes the Showstopper.
Goes right in. No death yet. They lose 2 teammates then.
And nothing. It shot and missed.
Enemy remaining.
New Mexico's falling apart here.
Okay, they know exactly where he is. Mariana's like, I'm way too low here. Thankfully, he doesn't have shock darts. It pings him, but he's looking everywhere because he knows that, Boise State is all around him.
Yeah, you pinged him, but it's an angle you can't push.
Wow.
Down to 40 now.
He's still alive right now, which is crazy to me.
Back and forth, and
there it is.
Flash will do it.
Yeah. It kind of scared me a little bit because Skies shot, that off shot missed, and it was like, oh.
And then you see the pistol come out, and it's like,
Hey, that's the best thing about Chambers. You can just, you can always swap just right to your headhunter. And like I said, now New Mexico is kind of the exact reverse.
New Mexico's on their back foot, so timeout, reset, exactly what they needed.
And like I said, we've always just said that, timeouts are always good. Like, especially in these spots where, okay, you just lost 2 buy rounds in a row. Now you have to save your 3rd round. Okay, let's figure out what's actually going wrong. Because, it's so easy to talk in game like, well, we just do this. But, like, when you have your coach involved as well, it's just a big
especially for
mental
a full
reset.
minute of just like,
Yep.
Okay, what?
And then plus you get the time after for your round, like the 15, 20 seconds before your round. So you get a lot of time in these Valorant timeouts here. So definitely like to see them being used. Boise State playing a very good game right now, I would say.
Yeah, they have tightened up
a lot,
very well. They have, Icebox has been their map, to say the least. I mean, Breeze was very chaotic. They were all over the place. They couldn't really decide on a lot of stuff, whereas you look on the side of New Mexico, they were clean. They had a game plan. They executed every time. Go over to Icebox, the heads have been flipped.
That's what I was saying.
Exactly. It's been crazy of just how quickly New Mexico has kind of fallen from grace, if anything, and especially on Icebox of all maps, which is interesting to say the least.
I think the biggest thing is we've kind of seen them try to use their strat from Breeze on this map. We've seen them
no neon or anything to capitalize on.
We've seen the Rays not get too much value yet. We've seen the Showstopper not really do too much. They kind of will spread out a little bit, but Boise's playing so aggressive in terms of these pairs of two. Skies is playing for these picks, so they have to always worry about this chamber off.
Yeah,
exactly.
Their best answer has been Genny at least trading with him, but then you're losing Genny, who has been your star player pretty consistently.
Yeah.
And now Haha on this Raze, as you mentioned, not getting value pretty much at all.
Panda gets a great shot on a J-Bag, though. Oh, has a good angle. A lot of damage, actually. Oh, wow, and Stinger gets one, and that's... nice shot.
That was clean.
All right, Sky's still here. Great res now as well, so Boise's a 4v4. The Viper Spit is coming out. That's going to be hard to deal with. J-Bag gets Panda on the flank. And now still 4v2. They do have the Hunter's Fury as well for this post-plan. Oh, great place there from Genny. They do have the Sage res now. Viper went down, though. Okay, 1v1.
These trades have been across the board, but Sage heals on cooldown, going for the defuse. Had line of sight, knows he's there.
Oh, yeah, way to get half first, too. I like that play a lot, where he knows that sneaky beaky's not going to peek him from that. Get the half, wait for him, get him, boom, get the second half.
Which I think Sneaky probably could have. Yeah, it's pretty just up in the air of recoil jumping if your bullets even hit there, but it would have kept all of them guessing rather than you have to push this angle, you're fully exposed, you have no cover, they are crouched, you have to hit a much smaller hitbox.
I mean, the crazy thing is he actually had Hunter's Fury, so he made the call to not use Hunter's Fury there.
Which I think was a misplay after the Viper's Pit was lost.
Well, I think it's also a hard angle, too, when you're up in the air like that, but you can also ping. But, hey, at the end of the day, it is now 7-2 for Boise State in a pretty convincing fashion here. New Mexico definitely needs to kind of pull out a strat that they're either saving or holding or, something that they can think of to get going into this, at least
Hunter's
second half.
Fury at least here, because they need something in their favor. Even after the timeout, not winning the round, it's not looking good.
And at least just like something with a space to have Raze fill that space, right? Hunter's Fury definitely is an ability that allows so much space to happen.
They even have the res, so if they do lose something that crucial, they can always bring it back. But I would hope for them to at least save the res in case, the chamber with the Tour de Force comes out so you can bring him back so he can still utilize it. So I hope to see New Mexico at least save it, whereas Boise State doesn't have any ults. So this is kind of a much more New Mexico favored round so far. They've got the plant down. No members have gone down yet, surprisingly, as well.
Yeah, and they get the plant, like you said, just pretty nonchalantly almost, right? They have all 5 members of 5v5 now. They have the Hunter's Fury and they have the res, so that's going well for them. That's all right. Little CS res. If you've the CS back in the day, you'd see players be like, "Why do you have the black bars?" And that's exactly what they'd play with. So get a little CS angle here. Yep, does get one.
Ooh. We went from being a 5v5 to a 1v1 like that.
And the black bars
Ooh,
here.
The headhunter, those Skies with this could make the difference here. He doesn't have time for the defuse. He saw him at the last second. The point blank.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Skies basically had 2 options there. Try to go for the Hunter's Fury or just, not have it happen.
Respect the utilization of it, of just... he's on the defuse. He has no other option. That secures you the kill without going a lot of time risking your own life. So huge props to
what a crazy round, too. I mean, the crazy thing is I think Boise right there definitely gave him a little too much space. I mean, they planted.
All 5 got into second planted. Like, hello?
I mean, they're definitely confined to a smaller space at that B site there, but they have Hunter's Fury, right? So, they're okay with playing that way far back. And as we saw, that's exactly what won in the round.
And I also respect New Mexico not
Skies.
using the res.
Skies gets an instant, pick right there with that 2 to force, getting value out of that. Doing a fantastic job. Like I said, there's been no real answer for Skies this game in this operator. They have definitely been kind of figuring out a way to at least try to deal with it.
Yeah, and I think I wouldn't call it an all-out blitz onto the B site where they just had the huge fight, but that's the only time that we saw Skies really have an issue because it was so cluttered.
Yeah.
Whereas in a lot of these situations, it's been a 1v1 or a 2v1 where he may go down, but the Sova has always had his back. Always.
Yep.
They've been the
I'll
solid
say him and
2v2.
Daimyo, yep, they've been doing a great job in this mid area of Icebox, allowing no one through, and if they ever do get one, they always trade one.
This
and
is
Alden
probably the
goes down,
first time
though.
we've seen Hahalal actually win a 1v1.
He's
They've
won
been
before.
struggling.
I think his skills have actually been a lot of first bloods. Here we go, Ariana.
Huge rotation.
Does have Viper's Pit, but it's a lot harder in this post plant because it's planted up top where they know exactly where they are.
And especially already being up on his Hahalal's immediately the next one to follow.
Oh, there it is. What Skies? Head on her.
So deadly with it. Now Frost goes down as well. Silva's being the only one remaining.
wow,
Goes down
and Skies.
instantly to the headhunter.
And that was an insane retake round from Boise State. 4-0 basically for the numbers at the end of this.
New Mexico wins one round and Boise State stomps them back down with 3 members surviving.
My ult's not ready.
Yeah, they committed the Viper's Pit to it, but it didn't make a difference.
I mean, I think it's just better, way to secure the round.
Yep.
I mean, it's funny, the other day is actually Shroud talked about this. It was, you don't need to save your ults. Like, just use it even if it's a 3v1 because this game is so crazy. We've seen every scenario where
we saw the 1v4 already happen.
Exactly, we saw the 1v4 already happen. Just secure the round, get those wins because these are such fast-paced rounds.
And you can charge it decently quick with how many kills they've
Absolutely.
been getting. So at the end of the day,
There they are.
nothing
8-3.
Nothing lost,
Does
only
tag
8.
one. Sky's holding long. Great
Knows
jumping
he's
there.
there,
Oh, and gets him.
clean shot. I'm surprised they had to bait that out with Frost just jumping with it. It's a Viper. Where's the wall? You go for the res? That's just human shield at that point.
Yeah, he got his 2 again. So, tried to res but went down. Now still a 5v3 here in the situation. Skies howls it long. They don't have Viper anymore, like you said. No Viper wall. It's going to be very hard to take B long with no smokes, no flashes. You have a Sova drone or Sova dart.
At this point, go A.
And that's
Indoors is the one safe place you have from an op.
Yeah.
Just stay on the ground. You'll be okay. You'll have a better chance rather than
Teleport's ready.
committing to mid
I'll
or
say,
B.
I think this is their alternative as well, is just up this kitchen play.
Which is smart. They're only
Aldum?
pushing into Aldum, who's
Yeah.
going to play it a bit safer. Has the low ground. Interesting place to put the slow when you know they're pushing the kitchen.
I mean, I think the biggest thing here, though, is Aldum at least is, trying to hold the space. Oh, wow. Genny gets Ariana down, though.
Good crossfire onto B. Still
30
pushing the B
seconds
side
left.
where they know the Chamber has been protecting with this op that they've already lost. Technically, 3 members after
great.
red.
Oh, Aldum.
Aldum with the
Oh.
crossfire. Clean.
You were a bold
That's some good Phantom usage, too. He's not spraying. He's doing the little taps of like 3 or
Switching
4.
sides.
That's
Yep.
how you know you're a Phantom user. That's how you truly use that
You
gun.
don't just hold down left click.
No, you don't. And so now it's a 9-3 here for Boise State, New Mexico. Ooh, curse. But other than that,
Just
hey, it's 9-3. We've seen it before, but I think Boise State definitely has a grasp on this game. So you never know, but you never know how. Sometimes New Mexico just kind of defense. You never know how people are defense. Sometimes these teams' defenses are actually just crazy, but. We're going to see it from this round 1 here.
I mean,
Boise
especially
State.
being 93, they've learned a ton of intel about
Yep.
Boise State's playstyle, but still swapping sides can change
Yeah.
a lot of that momentum of how they might push and where they might push, because being 2 and 3 stacked, whereas Boise State is all stacked on B, they'll just run them over
Double
if they
stack
can
here.
get the
Wow.
line of sight.
Wallace for the orb gets it. Wow, gets one as well.
Huge. Goes for the right click, doesn't
Oh
get
my
it.
gosh, Genny's got 3.
down B.
He's looking for the 4. Okay, he doesn't.
He got a little overheat there, but
Boise State committed so much and they couldn't get past a single save.
they just 2v5'd on B site. And at first,
A single Sage prevented your entire team.
The thing that was crazy at first there is when I saw Genny put that wall down, I was like, what? Because they got the ult orb, right? But what happened was is it actually made like a one-way little spot there where they had to keep peeking at it, and Genny just played around it well.
Yeah, and then Boise State goes in like, oh, it's close enough. I'll right-click, misses it all. It's like, okay.
That's when you're like, hey, well, my right click doesn't work like that. Like,
Exactly.
you're like, can we check how these
I'm here to
classes
make
are
an
going?
outline of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Can we switch? Can I get your classic? Because mine's not working.
Can I get a refund?
Yeah, and we'll see Panda playing long. 8 bullets, as the usual. Oh, Skies definitely was trying to hold that angle. Panda made a right play of kind of not holding that angle anymore. He wanted to heal.
Does Genny have a Vandal already?
He might. He just might. But
He
Genny,
just full sends.
Panda looked at Genny for a second for the heal, and Genny just said no. Great. That was a great round over there.
The nade was flying towards. Okay.
Oh wow!
Some
Diamond
risky
gets
hip fire shots from Panda there. Ha lol.
a stinger demon, if you will. This guy definitely wins with the stinger.
It's been probably his most bought gun, which is hurts me to say, but he's been performing well with it.
But look at Boise State.
Nice rotation.
Yeah, I'd say. I like Daimyo to stay B to kind of have them, keep them honest. And Genny does have a Vandal.
Definitely a ballsy play on their end that has paid off.
Yeah.
And finally,
Great trade.
ha with that stinger falls.
Look at on the site though.
Let's
Cross
go
out
the
the
judge. I respect it so much. I love it. Anytime I see a judge, puts a smile on my face.
Frost had a great play too. He just was like, I'm gonna let, even though they're gonna plant, I'm gonna let them plant, and then I'm just gonna shoot them both to the judge.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, it was something they weren't ready for, and especially you don't expect the judge to just come flying into your face. Maybe a shorty at best, but this early on, they're not gonna fully commit to that.
Okay, well it's 9-5, so.
Come back.
And it's getting a little spooky here, but this is going to be the round that determines if the curse is a thing or not. Because if
Boise State loses here, timeout.
Yeah,
please. You have to stop it before it happens.
That's right, guys. We should win 8-5. We should win 8-4. This is what's going on
Or
here.
just timeout now. You're still in the phase.
No, this is a big round for them to win.
Yeah.
So it's now 9-5.
It's on the line here.
Sky's looking for a pick. They definitely need him to get a pick.
Do the same play.
It is insane that they're just using this wall to farm orbs. And honestly, I kind of like the play because they can't shoot this wall because it's just going to have like a pseudo one-way with it. So I'm definitely a big fan of that one.
And you can't go over it with your own wall because now you're committing 2 walls to a single
I mean, that would
push.
be pretty cool, though. Counter walls are always fun to watch.
I would respect it for sure, but you only have this tiny little sight line to
Look how
peek
close
through.
he is to the stinger, though.
Oh my gosh,
Alden,
stinger.
got one.
Please don't. Oh, haha, it goes down. No
He
more.
does go- yeah.
So that's one stinger down.
Okay, now Sky's just going to kind of hold back. He's like, all right, you know
I
what?
think it's a good thing to
movement.
back off when your team has a pretty good pressure mid.
Wall's going down.
Pushing towards A as well. Both Viper walls have gone down on the A site.
He's got to be careful here, though, because the stinger up this close is definitely very hard to win against. Unless
Which I
you just
think is
tap
up
him.
to Panda to not get aggressive and push it, which I don't think he will.
Yep.
Because he's shown that restraint before, so Skies just rotate out of there. It's
Now
the
he's
safer
got
play.
another, foe looking ahead of him. Genny holding this mid. Now running away, though.
Good time to push it,
Skies,
which
I
he
think-
does.
Yep.
But now Panda's coming in from behind, so he's going to get pinched as we go back over to site, and the res comes out into haha low.
Oh, and look at the judge, though. He gets one. Oh, he does not get one. His teammate got one. Sneaky Beaky's gotten 2 now, though.
Trades
Sky's
back
flank.
and forth.
Oh, look in front of you. Okay.
Dynamo, though.
And there it is. Yeah,
Back
Daimyo
forth.
got 3. Sky's got his little flank there. Great job. 10-5. Like I said, that was the big round for Boise State to win.
and look at the
Just
judge.
because you don't want to
Okay.
have to eco against a team who has literally a full buy ahead of them and a lot of eco to spare. So
Also, Sky's winning mid was a huge win
Yeah.
for them. He came up able to eliminate Genny and then flip around immediately and be like, oh, there's a chamber behind me.
Yeah.
Instant.
I really enjoy how Skies is playing this round. He's playing a true Cypher attack. And what I mean by that is Cypher attack usually just doesn't go with the team that much. You play for a pick, you play for your lurk. He's kind of your lurking sentinel that we've seen time and time again. But he can play that TP, so he can play a lot aggressive in these angles and then TP after, which I really like that. Now he's playing with the team. They're forcing B. They're kind of seeing something of maybe, hey, they're not playing B very well. But Panda gets a kill right away. Frost runs back. And now Boise State is still posturing towards B. It seems that oh, wow. Daimyo gets another kill onto Panda. Gets another kill onto Frost. I mean, he's
No
just
res
taking over.
needed. All right.
Okay, I guess if you send one Daimyo mid, you get 3.
You just send one Daimyo anywhere and he'll get something.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, hey, you just get one of them and it works out.
Yeah, but some technical difficulties are going to back up. But, I mean, that was a clean round start for them for sure. They were performing perfectly. I would almost...
Okay, so that, they won.
Stalled them out.
Oh.
So, Boise State, 4v2 and gets the spike and wins
I
it.
would say,
so-
I mean, the thing that sucked, that felt pretty bad there is Panda actually got the pick right away. So it was already a 4v5 for Boise State. Daimyo then goes mid, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, and then eventually at that point you're playing a 4v2, and it's like, okay, wait a minute, now and
At that
not
point,
only
you have
that,
to save because New Mexico's killing for cash.
and the worst part about that is they have to be worried about Daimyo mid.
Yep.
That's what it's so hard to play against someone gets a 3 like that because you're still wary about it mid.
And he has Hunter's
Yeah,
Fury.
exactly.
In case he just wants to full send it. It's like, no, you're not coming over here.
Wow, great TP there. Oh, wow, getting great push up there. He's definitely confident with his aim, as we've seen. Does have the res, though, so not too bad. Oh, my gosh.
He trades for that, though.
Yeah, and now it's still, you know, New Mexico actually has the advantage here. It's a 4v3.
But Skies goes down as well, so in a 3v4, I would almost expect Hunter's
Watch
Furies to
J-Back's
come
timing.
out here from...
He doesn't clear full sight here, which isn't that bad, but the thing is Panda is playing. Okay, that's actually good.
Yep.
But now Panda's on site. Good flash to make sure that he, yeah, I was saying, oh, wow, nice
He
shot there,
loses
Panda.
that even with the flash.
Hey, not today. 1v1, though.
Hey, haha, finally doesn't have a stinger, though.
Showstopper is available, except for I like the fire pit a lot.
Yep. Especially in the 1v1 situation, it's somewhere where you're a lot more
Has
comfortable.
Nade and blast packs though, and the ult.
This is where I would
Yeah.
just...
Oh,
no,
no
no.
way. Okay.
What, they traded?
Yeah, so he traded, but I'm not gonna lie. It looked for a second that he was just gonna randomly rip that showstopper, and that would have definitely been a loss.
If he just point blank just...
That's what
go.
I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That'd been crazy.
He's just rocket jumping now.
Close round there for Boise State, but ends up going up to 12. Now game point here for Boise
Tour de
State.
force, yep.
Yeah, bringing it back here. And Panda needs to look for as much as he can with this tour de force.
I expect Panda to play actually kind of reserved with the Tour de Force because they don't have the Sage
Yeah.
res in case he loses it that early on.
Oh, he's looking to play aggressive with this. You can tell with his how he's kind of set up his raw
Unless-
debuts.
Genny gets a 4-piece to res him back immediately. I think Boise State needs to recognize this and avoid it.
Yeah, look at Boise State now. They're actually just kind of defaulting for the most part. 2 on A, 2 on B. Get the Hunter's Fury out by Daimyo. Doesn't get one. Hits his teammate. That's just kind of the usual. That always happens.
It's fine. It's just
Hey, I should have moved out of
a
the way.
little bit off the top.
Yep.
It's fine.
Gets a pick onto Alden. That's
Ooh.
definitely not what they want here. And now Boise State is going to commit 4 onto A rather than that kind of that one that was lurking. Or actually, but the thing is, they died
If
on
they want
site.
to take it, they need to push it
Oh,
now.
great
They're
shot.
1 for 1, and they get it.
Well played by that crossfire there. Daimyo looking up top is such a great play that he has trust that he's going to get that first kill.
It was crossfires on both sides. As soon as
Yeah, exactly.
Viper went in, they traded because they had another on top. Dynamo. It's just back and forth of pushing 2 and 2 has been the best way to win these rounds for both teams.
Yep, Skies gets a kill onto Genny. That's big. 3v2 here. Boise State looking to go to map 3 here, or will New Mexico keep it alive?
Which I think might be a fault of Genny, who's been pushing solo consistently.
Yeah.
And it's been hurting his team. He was able to do it with Neon because they were playing around him so much. But now he swaps over to the Sage. He has to play around the team, and he hasn't been.
And I mean, I want to say that these are two quite big terms of events. I mean, we went from decently big smash to game 1 to big smash game 2 for Icebox. So this Decider Haven, I believe it was, is what it says, is definitely a big map because it's attack sided. So these teams are definitely going to be, okay, who is better at attacking and who has these kind of, I guess, plans built up already in their pocket. So we're going to go to a break. Don't go anywhere. We have game 3 coming right around the corner. See you later.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, and we're actually watching the Gridiron rivals here. And this is Game 3 from Boise State versus New Mexico in a great series we've seen so far. A lot of back and forth. I'm your host, Brenner Koziancic, and joining me to call the action, of course, is Brenner Bear. And I will say, we have seen two completely different games from teams who looked really well the first game, different in the second game. So they have both strengths and weaknesses that we've seen.
It's been flip-flop.
Exactly. And so now we go to Haven here, right, which is a very, very fun map. A lot of fast-paced, a lot of defaulting that we've seen. What do you think is going to be a big factor for this map?
I mean, as you said yourself, it's an attacker-favorite map, so it's going to be what do the attackers do and how do the defense answer that? Because I would say Boise State might be stronger in the defense here because they have their two returning players that they played Haven a lot.
Yeah.
It was their most played map. So they're definitely coming into this with the experience of, all right, 3 new players, this is how we did it. Whether they want to continue that or not, we don't know. Oh, but I think that is something that they should feel more comfortable with on Haven. Whereas for the New Mexico State team, that's not something we know for them, whether it's new team, old team, whatever. But they have definitely been drilled down with their communication. They struggled with it on Icebox, but I don't think that will happen here on Haven because I think we can both admit Icebox is definitely that kind of, you picked Icebox? Like, are you okay?
People love that map now. People, it's a big map
back,
now. Yeah.
But it, for the longest time had kind of like this weird, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Icebox?
I'll say people really like it now.
Boise State capitalized on it, so I huge respect for them going
course,
there. So when it comes to Haven, I think both teams are feeling comfortable here, and it's just going to come down to the team comps and attacking. I want to see Genny return to Neon.
And, of course, we have Doc's Keys of the game, which in value, you want to focus angles, flank, know your win condition, count those cards and call abilities, like you said, and click those heads. We'll count those abilities, big one that we've seen. A lot of the ults and stuff, that is brought to you by Drop In Gaming, of course. Make sure to check that out. I love the Doc's Keys, and I think the biggest thing that you said is these ults, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of usage very well. We've seen some usage that's not so well. We didn't see too much value of the Showstopper last map, so I'd love to see some Neon, and I think the biggest thing here is going to be agent picks and agent comfortability. I think both these teams do a great great job. We've seen that they can show some variety for sure, right? We've seen some Sage, some Jet. We've seen some, Raze, some Chamber. So, there's
Chamber's
definitely
a mainstay at
there's
this
definitely
point.
some anything can go here. I'm definitely looking very forward to this map. I think a big thing that doesn't get talked about is kind of how you mentally prep for these maps as well. When it's a 1v1, 1-to-1 game here, this is your last game. You have to make sure that you kind of get into a spot where you can play it like it's a game one. Like you're not doing too many things crazy. You don't want it to be your last-ditch effort, but you're not saving anything anymore, right? So,
which is where I think the timeouts can be such a big playmaker, because if that pressure gets built up and you're getting more and more frantic, your team should call out and be like, we need to take a timeout because you're panicking. But these team comps are changing everything. There's not even a chamber on the side of New Mexico.
And I do want to say here, there is a Cypher again.
Yep.
Now, last week, Cypher was the bane of Boise State's existence on this map. But it is a week past that, and I think the biggest thing is experiencing it and coming up with a way to
learning from it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm really interested to see how Boise State plays against it and see what they do in game and what we can see they do in game for how they do that.
And I would also want to keep eyes on Haha Lol, because they definitely struggled with the Rise on last map. Hopefully coming here to Haven, they might tighten up and feel a lot more comfortable on this map with them. They're also sticking with the frenzy that they used last time as well. So I think at this point, New Mexico has gone less for maybe what has been traditional meta for a lot of people and gone more, as you mentioned, comfort picks, comfort everything, except for probably the Fade, because she's only been out for so long. How comfortable with her can you be at this point? But if you're looking at the Boise State side, they're bringing out their own Neon this time.
And I want to take a zoom out here, though, because we're going to see two different comps, right, like we said. These comps do very different things. Boise State has Neon Breach, which is going very crazy fast, whereas you're seeing New Mexico with Cypher, Astra, and Fade. So they're going to be looking for very controlled fights, whereas New Mexico's going to be, whereas Boise State's looking for chaos, I would kind of guess for, right? And we're going to see Boise State just do a true default, just full fan on, seeing what they can get going. Let's get some information. They want to find out probably where the Cypher is, maybe. You never know. But Sky's playing aggressive. We've seen him do a very good job of this, playing an angle, getting a pick, and setting things up for Boise State to go to a site.
Cypher is definitely a maybe unintentional good counter to Boise State C, because with how aggressive they'll play, he can slow them down.
And great job right off the bat. Boise State gets two.
They picked the right site.
It is now a 5v3 here for New Mexico's retake onto C, which is very hard to do. Does hit concuss, but unfortunately they're pretty far away, so nothing can actually happen from that. But Boise State using great utility, It might see one. It does actually probably see Genny here.
Found the Sky,
Oh, wow, great shot there,
even with the frenzy.
Whoa, Genny gets another one here. Some great shots here. Classic, definitely going hard. Does get the ghost. It's now 2v3 here. Boise leading.
Only 47 HP though.
Oh, wow.
Play a bit safer. Clean headshots coming in. J-Bag though, with a great cleanup.
And what a crazy round. We saw an instant 2-for-0. Boise State had a 5-3 lead here. Then New Mexico played just some great gunplay. There's nothing else around that. There was not much utility there. It was straight up, hey, gunplay was great there. And so that's another thing that kind of comes in factor, I would say, in these maps is, how comfortable are these players feeling? How much is their aim hitting right now? Because you can definitely play different when it comes to your aim is hitting shots.
I mean, they could be listening to broadcast because Doc's keys have click on heads.
That's right.
They just did exactly that. It wasn't call abilities. It wasn't anything. It was just, let's just play some good Valorant and have our aim on point.
And Boise State going to kind of fan out once again here. Just playing a little default here, getting some information first, then going from it. They know that, Haven can be a map where people can push up here, so definitely saving their time, seeing what they're doing. New Mexico, we've seen them play pretty aggressive in the past here, so we'll see how they go through that. Once again, just kind of sitting there. Panda playing with a shorty in garage. Does have, I think, a smoke as well, no trips. Skies, once again, being that kind of pillar on Boise State, getting that space for them, looking for a pick, letting things happen, then, Boise State will make a decision after that.
And they're continuing to push 2 and 2, and taking down Genny so early on after a great double elimination last round is huge for Boise State. I think they're definitely happy about that.
Yep, and then they get the Cypher smoke, and they get full control of A site here. So New Mexico, once again, on this full retake action. Daimyo gets one, resets the spray, gets another one. That was a great job, just textbook right there for sure. Sneaky Beaky has a He has a classic.
Ooh.
Panda has a shorty, and he's very low.
Yeah, Panda should not
Oh,
be
wow.
pushing.
A lot of damage,
Just
though.
straight up ate the shorty shot. Respect for Sky on that one. And Boise State gets a flawless on round 2. They are happy.
I would say Boise State definitely kind of has that different aura, at least these first 2 maps here, or these first 2 rounds. Playing very collected, you know, doing a great job. I like this default action here that we're observing is they're just kind of playing slow, waiting for it, seeing what they can get going here. They're playing very calculated. You see Skies, well, he's pushing with his TP there, his rendezvous.
Yep.
So he has the safety net of if something's not looking too good, he can safety out of there. So
And Neon's right by
exactly.
his side the whole time.
And yeah, good.
It's just, if he goes down, she's there to pick it back up. If he TPs out, she can run away.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's great just composition.
Sneaky Beak definitely shooting a lot of bullets into the abyss there because Boise State has already rotated off that. Here we go. Goes a flash in. Uses the dog as well, using 2 forms of utility to get kind of out of one sight. 3 actually. Oh,
Went for the slide
wow.
and it just sat down. Frost.
What a shot. That was concussed too, by the way. He was concussed for that first shot there.
Trying to find somebody with the haunt.
What an
Unable to.
insane shot there.
I mean,
that was a great attack from Boise.
Yeah,
with
I was just gonna
paranoia.
say,
He
they
was
had
concussed.
everything lined up, and Frost with the gunplay, just one after the other, was very clean.
And concussed sometimes feels very underwhelming just because of that kind of feature there, where if you can hit those 1-taps, so you're still fully accurate. And great job from Sky. We take those. Doesn't
Talking
matter.
about all these one taps that it's just, all right, now just fire.
Getting, oh! Good angle here,
Please
though.
tell me that was a collateral double headshot. That looked
yeah.
exactly like just one bullet went through both of them. That was
1v4
beautiful.
now. Rariana, can he make it happen? Does have 1 smoke available.
Smoking out someone across the map, maybe trying to
Oh,
fake him
I
out.
was gonna say, great peek from Frost there to kind of have that safety peek where they're in window and it's pretty scary because they have to clear so many things there. So great peek there from Frost of kind of using that team play of, okay, let me just make sure it's safe there. But that was a great shot from getting there.
That double
But
was brutal.
at the end of the day, that was Boise State's bonus, so they're not too sad about that. You know, hey,
Kind of
whatever.
even things
Yeah, I
out.
was saying. And now we're going to see the full buys here. Aldum on that Phantom. We've definitely seen him be that Phantom user, doing a great job of it too, having that spray, you know, just doing a really great job.
Yep.
And now
Small
we're going to see
bursts.
2v1. So far, Cypher doesn't seem to be doing the stuff that happened last week against Oregon State here. So definitely feels pretty good so far for Boise State. Panda, you know, has to get some a little bit of info, but not too much because that neon wall's up.
I must wait a
And now
moment.
get to see 2 more, of course, them
I must
long.
wait
But
a
Boise State doesn't actually commit too much here. Skies doing the usual, lurking, making sure that, hey, at any point if he gets a kill, they can rotate to him and then get that full sight.
Very much seems like Boise State is playing like New Mexico on that first map.
Yep.
Slow and steady, wait till the 30 seconds, then rush. And it's been working
Oh,
out for
wow,
them,
he
and I
actually saw
want
him
to see
too.
them repeat it here, which seems like what they might be looking for on the B side.
They also have the Seekers available here, so they could end up looking to use that as sort of a moment to get onto sites
Double
here.
Seiko's ult back to back. I want to see that happen. That'd be fantastic.
I think they heard the flash sound cadence. They know at least one's there.
Ooh, saw it.
Skies does see him.
So lucky he did not
And
get
Boise's actually going to re-hit A. They spent all this time, but they're going to re-hit A. They know the Cypher Trip's
made it
gone.
a lot.
Yep.
Bowl Seekers,
Wow.
just like I wanted. Let's go.
Rariana, J-Bag gets 1 on the Panda. Cypher's down, so don't worry about that. Smoke into heaven like usual. And they're just playing really aggressive, getting as much space
Albert
as they
to the hell,
can.
yep.
Aldum gets 1 kill on
Goes down
Skinny. Yep.
again without getting any value.
And Boise playing a great just defense
Ooh,
here.
J-Back as well.
With all the util that Boise is using, it's making it very hard for New Mexico to actually play
And it's
this
a 1v5.
retake.
They're looking
Yeah.
for another. Oh, I was just going to say another flawless.
Yeah.
They just lose Dynamo, so. Caster's cursed. Sorry, Dynamo.
Oh, wow. That's a good, like, that's just, you know,
Please don't 1v5.
basics there, right? That's just good
Okay.
fundamentals right there, though, from Zingy Beaky. Just
Yeah.
shooting through the usual spot in the spray where they absolutely could be. Gets his last one, but, I mean, still 3 of live for Boise State. And they now have the Rolling Thunder available, so that makes it so hard for, you know, New Mexico to play the game when you're getting concussed, blinded, flashed, concussed again, like...
And Neon running you
Yeah,
down
I'll
so you
say.
can't get away. Like,
Boise's definitely doing a really great job of attacking here with their util. They're not just wasting util either. We've definitely seen sometimes in the past, not Boise specifically, but just in general, where people sometimes get in the habit of, I have a lot of utility, let's just use it. So a lot of communication, at least it being shown it seems like, so great job there. I like that attempt here from New Mexico using that, you know, just 1-2 combo of the C's
they were trying to
nade.
expect
Yeah.
the aggressive play, but I think Boise State has just been adjusting to it very well as they get the elimination onto Frost, who got overly aggressive as the defenders, which is, I think, something New Mexico might try to pull back on future rounds because it hasn't been costing him well, as Genny goes down as well.
So this guy's just, always playing that kind of off-angle areas, playing mid, playing garage, always playing away from Boise State for that reason alone, getting that pick. And now, look at Boise State instantly rotates to A, and now they're going to take this A 5v3. They have 2 hits available, but, they do know that I think New Mexico is not on a full buy here, but at least
I like this chamber play of going towards B to try to maybe fake him out or see if he can get any cross-offs from the rotations.
Oh,
Cypher hasn't rotated over, but a huge play from Sneaky Beaky.
Oh, and great shot there from Raze holding the corner. Skies gets the kill on the side. 2v2 here. It is definitely very winnable. They have Skies coming in from the flank here, so it can kind of play these off angles for New Mexico to deal with. Has a smoke available. Smokes heaven.
30 seconds.
I just want to see Skies kind of pick up the pace because they're running out of time. They got 25 seconds
look at this.
remaining.
They're actually ready for him.
So this is where you want to see
good
play
from Mariana.
They're not looking at you. That's exactly what we wanted to see. But now they have to try to find where the Raze is, and they know exactly where.
That is so well played there from Boise. They have a 2v2. Rariana plays very slow, and the thing is they actually someone made a call, or at least something to say, hey, he might be looking at your position because they knew they got the kill mid. And then Rariana peeks here, which is just fantastic. Plays it 1v2 after that, just textbook, double peek there. So Boise State definitely playing very well in this situation. I think the biggest thing is they're using a lot of communication and just kind of using on that fly, getting it going here.
They have transformed into a different team than we saw in the first map. In the first map, they were in shambles, just getting run over. And now they are continuing to run over in a 4-1 lead.
And interesting here, New Mexico is actually just doing a full 4-stack on A. But the thing is Boise's playing full C.
Exactly.
And they just flash, they get no Q, no Qs at all, and now they're taking full sight, and Skies once again.
Mexico's just been slow to adapt. They go A twice.
Oh,
All right,
Skies
let's go
too.
all
Yep,
ways.
gets one.
And
oh, nice shot there.
That was clean. But
that was a good shot.
I respect Boise State continuing to put Skies in B to always have that secondary option.
The thing is New Mexico has 2 ults. Oh, great shot there as well. 3v4 here. They do have Fade ult and the Astra divide, but I don't think they're going to commit to that because they don't actually have full guns for this, so a little hard for that. Although Raze is getting a lot of picks here. Yeah, there's the Fade ult. They're all off site. They do have the Astra wall available here.
Rolling Thunder.
Since they're not going to commit that though. Wow, gets a showstopper kill too.
That's what
wait a minute.
This is what they have to be hoping for, but running out of time, they had to push through. And
Thrifty, I mean, that was a really well played, I think, from New Mexico. I mean, they just won a lot of the gunfights that they needed to win there. I think Boise State, they used Rolling Thunder, they used everything, they dodged the Fatal, but just, I mean, look at this shot. Like, just insane shots there from, overall the team.
This is what they have. Boise State has had amazing ability usage, but when it comes down to it, New Mexico has been winning a lot of the gunfights, which is, at the end of the day, if you don't have the abilities, New Mexico has been winning those situations, and now that they're getting the better guns with their economy building up, Boise State should be playing back to the roots of Icebox of 2 and 2. So if you lose that 1v1, you have your second partner to come
Skies.
in.
Unfortunately, but no one's picking A long, so, not the worst. Get some util for free, basically.
Skies back with the Neon is, I think, the perfect decision for Boise State to make here, and I think with how closely and tightly they're playing together, now the Breach even following her up.
Yep, and Boise State just doing the usual. They're playing kind of 2 different spots, playing slow here. They have their utility as well, so they have their go buttons if they ever need it. The Astra ult is available for New Mexico, so if they end up going C or A, they can kind of have a hard retake with that wall kind of really shutting off most of that site there. But
I'm calling it now. They get one pick, they go all in.
Yeah, Sneaky Beaky
is
still running away from A. Not committing anything just yet here. But, he's just going to Heaven. Okay, let's go to Heaven. Skies,
they
shoots
definitely
once.
recognize that it's a push A, so they're rotating very cleanly. Cypher's the only one not on site. Is Frost cleaning it up.
And hey, at least Dino gets 2. And then a great trade back and forth. 2v2 here.
Tour de Force pick up
They
one.
do have the Cypher ult, but he's not going to be in.
He's so
he's
far
not close.
away.
Yeah.
He could go around for the master flank, but
they're going to know.
He's going to have to time it out with his teammate, and I think Genny's just too risky.
And great shot there. And the thing is, he can't get around this unless he has Yeah, he even got stopped by the trip still anyways. They heard it go off for this first time, so Skies is ready for him. They have not very much time as well for Panda, so Panda actually has to get going. If he gets his first kill, he does have the ult available, but he's not having the time.
Skies, no.
Yep. He might knife him. He might knife him.
He's going for the knife.
He wanted to, but definitely a competitive match is too scary.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
But the thing is it doesn't matter because they got the round win. Hey,
he missed every
sometimes
shot.
when someone's that close to you, they're kind of there.
It was panic.
There's a reason the pop and swing works. I mean, that wasn't a pop and swing, but it's close.
But as Skies, you knew he was coming from that angle, so why spin it? Why not just have Omen hold that angle instead?
Well, you might have to ask him instead. But it's 5-2 right now, so hey, Boise State takes the win.
Still maintaining their 3
Has
lead.
a lot of eco too, so it doesn't actually end up being too bad there.
And they have Seekers.
Yeah, Seekers again, second time.
I expect Seekers to come out probably as soon as possible.
Yeah. It seems like they're kind of doing this 5-stack here. Oh, yeah. Double concuss, but nothing actually followed from it.
Oh, one
Gets
for
one, yeah. Say Frost is definitely doing very well on this A site.
Oh, the flank of a lifetime, and only gets
But at the end of the day, it's still like 3v3, so it's not actually really in anyone's favor. It's just back to neutral state here. And Boise State is going to slowly back away, but kind of fake this A. Gotta be really careful about making noise here. Oh, Frost is not looking at them. They are now.
Check your corners and gets
great
it.
shot. But careful close again.
Check your corners, please.
Oh. Doesn't have a Spectre though. Yeah, I'll say
okay.
great shot there. Now it's a 2v1. Panda to just, he's playing it how he should kind of play it
with
too.
the solo.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go in a 1v2 situation.
Unfortunately, Cypher requires a kill for this, so definitely has to be Raw going in here. Mariana's holding the smoke, whereas I'm pretty sure Panda, or Sky, sorry, is just holding another angle as well. Hey, the last two again, it's the same kind of scenario here, but I think they're ready for the flank as well.
Smoke right behind him.
Oh, great smoke there to isolate the 1v1.
Ooh, 25
wow,
HP
gets him.
wins that.
But great pick from Skies. That's a good play there from Panda because you're basically isolating a 1v1. The worst thing that's hard on site like A is there's so many angles they can pick you from. But the moment you throw that smoke, it's like, okay, at least you know that, hey, I can just shoot this guy one-on-one right here. It was so close. Like, that was a crazy round right there because, I think Sneaky Beaky had a huge flank but only ended up getting one. That's just so hard because that spray transfer is very hard in a situation like that where everyone starts turning on you. But it goes to 2-6 now. New Mexico has 4 ults this time, though, and it isn't going to be a save round from them. So Boise's a pretty decent bank, although if they lose this round, it would obviously be a pretty big detriment. Oh. Wow, Alden got a kill very fast. I think he was got the kill as he was actually throwing that nade. Yeah. Okay, here comes
the huge collapse on A happening.
Oh, great shots.
I'm pretty sure Dog might have blocked some shots there.
It might have.
Sure to look that way, but Boise State goes from 5-5 to 5v2.
Oh, did you? Oh, God, wow! What a shot! That was really fast.
Classic.
Yeah. Panda gets a trade back. But hey, 4v. Boise State having 4th there is big just because they're eco, right? They didn't have a lot of eco left. You saw one member actually bought light armor. One had like 50 credits left for everything, and I think one had like the one person could afford this round. So overall, pretty good. New Mexico, I would say if they don't win this round, it'd definitely be a timeout angle, just because it is 2-7 right now. They have 4 ults.
And haven't used any.
To be fair, Cypher is hard to use his ult because he has that requirement for his, so he definitely gets a pass. But the Astral hasn't been used yet for any retakes, but I think Astral's also been the one who's dying pretty fast. So. And now Boise State is definitely unleashing this Neon, right? He's going so fast.
And on Sneaky Beaky, so once again, the Astra is denied.
Alden's definitely kind of heating up a little bit.
I'm surprised that New Mexico didn't make the decision of Seekers immediately.
I mean, it's hard on this map because it's so big. If Boise State actually ends up playing too far away, your Seekers only get like 2 value, so it's definitely worth to kind of play for that retake if they have the smokes. But the Dog does see 1, but doesn't get too much insane. J-Beck gets a kill onto Frost on the flank, and Skies, he's even further ahead of him.
He's
Watch
just
this.
Sir, you're not playing Neon. Hello?
You know that J-Beck got a kill on Breach, but the thing is, Skies is even further into your sight.
And he's playing the chamber, not the
exactly.
Neon. It's just,
and look at him now. Skies is just sitting in the spawn waiting for him. Panda looks he's clearing corners though, so
If Panic gets the kill here, I expect him to ult.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I
see?
want to.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
He was ready. Not going to get too much value from this ult, by the way, just because they were too far away to really do much, but at least they have a general idea, so you'll take nothing.
You know they're not on site.
They have 2 ults here. They have the Rolling Thunder available. Might use it, but I don't think they really want to use it. Okay, they're going to use it. I like this play. Just making sure they win this round.
Oh, he's got the
J-Back
high
gets the
ground
kill.
now,
Yep.
though. They
Boise
might
have
not
a
be
flash.
expecting that.
And just like that.
Okay, they did.
I actually really like that play. Just like I said earlier from like the second game, is secure the rounds. Rounds are so important, especially in this start of the game where you know that this is New Mexico's bye round especially, so them losing this round is bigger than
shutting them
anything.
down, for
Exactly.
sure.
And at this point, I think Boise had like 4 members on their team available, so are like alive, so that's just insane eco for Boise as well now. So they're just accumulating this credit, score of just a lot.
And in that entire round that they bought, New Mexico did not commit anything other than the Cypher ult that we thought they couldn't commit because Panda hasn't been getting kills. So, and they lost Astra first. So
They know once here.
New Mexico for this next round should be saying
freezes
play
though
conservatively.
Or Frost. Or if Frost is. If they stun it, doesn't dog. Okay, we're good. They're not committing. And like I said, Boise once again, Disguise, you see him slowly working up mid, gets flashed, helps flash by his teammate.
Guys, you're not playing Neon. This is
great. This is the Chamber Classic. You just play lurking.
He just TPs out as soon as he can.
Yep. Oh, look at that timing too.
Ooh, the judge though.
Sneaky Beaky is definitely ready for this push, but Boise is definitely not feeling it because Sky's right here. Watch this angle. Oh, the Seekers actually found him. He knows he's close, but how close?
I mean, I respect the ult usage coming out from New Mexico. This is what we wanted from them, is to commit something. Now, Alden with the ult going down first.
Frost just pushed out. Sky's on the kill mid finally. Great job. They traded. Still 3v3 though here from New Mexico. New Mexico does not have guns or basically Vandals or Phantoms. So Boise State still has the advantage there. Sky's playing mid. We do see the trap there still. Daimyo has no flashes, no dog. I think Breach only has maybe his Lava Plume available still. Oh wow, what a great shot by these Sheriffs.
Sheriffs have apparently been the weapon of choice for New Mexico to take back around. I mean, they're down 2-8.
2v3 here. They do have Astral Wall and they do have a Raised Showstopper. So be on the lookout for those 2 abilities.
I don't think Showstopper will be used just because of how low her health is.
Yeah, I agree.
If she does, I respect the Gulliver if she can get
the
value
know she's a
out of
judge
it.
now, though.
The judge is something you want to fall back from because it doesn't have that range.
Now watch, Cypher is on site. He is actually defusing. Gets half. Doesn't hold it though. They see it. They see it half. They know he's very low. Once again, he knows because he can see the bomb. Yeah, I was saying.
That's it.
He can see the bomb there, so he actually can just play that so confidently. It doesn't actually matter that he's pinged because Cypher doesn't have a gun that can shoot through that, so you don't have to worry about that. And he knows he's pretty low. I think that just shows, probably some great communication there for Boise, just knowing, hey, these guys are like 2 HP. Just play time, let them peek into you. And I mean, Boise is having a dominant attack here on Haven, which that's what their comp was designed to do here, right? And it makes me wonder this kind of thing with New Mexico, since you do know what side you're starting on first. I wonder if them knowing they're on defense side first opted with this comp to go, because they knew they'd be on defense first. But if they did, I mean, it's just not playing out too well. Boise State executing very well. Not just that, but aiming as well. I think it's a big part. They do have the Seekers back online here. But a lot of default. Like I said, Boise State every round defaults, kind of sees what they're doing first, and then they still have a plan. Oh, wow. Great shot there from Mariana.
Once again,
Seekers.
It's been pretty consistent of Genny or the Sneaky Bee going down first.
And there's guys. Yep.
You still haven't used the Astral. The Showstopper finally comes out, which I actually am very happy for New Mexico doing.
Great job there. Yep.
Checking corners. Checking corners.
I think it's hard to kind of really predict Boise here, though, because you keep seeing them
They've been
lurk,
everywhere.
and there's so many times they actually are forcing it, though. J-Back, great shot there.
Oh, such low health.
Gets him. And 10-2 there for Boise. Dominant. Dominant half. I mean, it's the last round, so it doesn't matter.
Switching sides.
But now 10-2. I mean, this is a different Boise than we saw last week on this map. I think.
Or even first map.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a great job, and it just shows that they haven't practicing hard. And, you know, just there's a lot of things that you have to do when you're a new team. So
they've adapted.
they've done a great job there, and I just want to, as we'll say, like, Boise State 10-2 in the first half of showing the, you know, the neon breach once again of what you can do. And Daimyo, I mean, this guy plays initiators, and he's always at the top here. 14 kills on him. Just overall, the IGL too, just doing a great job with those just numbers. I think Skies also played a really big role in that first half by always having the pressure. It's the pressure of Chamber can be here, Chamber can be here, Chamber can be here. Like, you never know, even where you're in garage, like, okay, hey, they could be here. And here we go. This is an attack here from New Mexico. 4 members get concussed.
Great start.
Oh, good try there from Aldum. Unfortunately, didn't get any of them down. They were concussed, so I like the play.
Oh.
Daimyo. Wow. Great clear there, by the way, from...
I respect the checking of the corners.
I would say that's a big clear.
Yeah.
And now it's 5v3.
The value they definitely needed, whereas Boise State is learning their attack.
Gets one.
Skies with the headhunter.
Has one more bullet left.
Flank.
Yep, and that's what he does. I mean, I like he's run away. Now it's a 4v3. They're going to kill here. Oh, wow. Nice shot. That was, I'm pretty sure that first was a right click. And so that's pretty fast.
I respect it if it was.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay, Skies. Oh, he's going to get Skied. Oh, get it? Ah,
right
Skied. Actually, that was a double
solid
moment.
first round for New Mexico, though.
Yep. I mean, I really enjoyed Boise State's plan there because they definitely had an execution they wanted to go with, which was let's take mid control. They had 4 mid there, and I think the thing that just kind of sucked there was the cusp maybe just didn't line up without him there, but they also had 4 in grass, so it's kind of hard to tell that. So.
Also,
New Mexico?
the frenzies on the side of New Mexico got him.
I would say
surprisingly, I want to say too much value. It's a frenzy, and they got 3 eliminations with it. So,
and now we're seeing 10-3. Save round from Boise, as usually you see after you lose the first round. But Aldum does take the trip. That was a great trip there. Good try in terms of just kind of getting things going.
Yeah. Skies goes down as well, so that's the 2 huge aggressive players of Boise State.
Wow. But Daimyo is still here.
This is where the Cypher causes issues for Boise State, as you mentioned in the past, that they just haven't had any timing on that haunt to just phase tank the bullets for you, and they get their own flawless round.
I will say New Mexico is really good at checking corners. That is... LOL is checking every corner known to man right now.
They've learned their lesson at this point, which is exactly what I would be telling them in the situation is Boise State has been in the corners. You are capitalizing on it. They're playing it so well. But this is also the case of Haven is an attacker map. Yep. So they're
just need 3 rounds.
They have their leg up here, and Boise State needs some way of knocking them down.
Absolutely. And now Boise State's got their first bye round, though, so now they're at the advantage versus
this is going to be their best chance to try to even the odds.
And here we go. Not too much, used here. We saw the fade haunt. Yep. Okay. Jag is watching garage. Very honest. Smoking, which is good.
Good smoke as well for positioning.
They don't know if they're truly kind of committing into garage yet because they don't have any util in there. I think they basically broke the chamber trip. Oh, great pick there from Aldum too.
Finally, it's not eliminated.
And I really like that not push out. He knows this is a very crucial round.
Falls back immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I like that of just, hey, let's just play the numbers here.
Especially when you can have that.
Look at, wow, Panda got so far up there though. But look where Daimyo is. He has a huge flank here. If Boise State plays slow, I'll say he needs to wait for his team to come. Oh, here we go.
He's not waiting. You get the spike down, gets a raise.
Okay, he's still alive though, so that they have the crossfire available still.
Oh, but
good trade, good trade.
Yep. 2-2 for Boise State working out, and
1v2. But J-Bag is very low.
So far away.
But I think it cancels him though. Yep. Oh, Stinky Beaky has a big flanker. They have no idea. Double concussed as well.
They got that stacked up. Gets the one. J-Bag has the other, loses it.
Great play there. I'm not gonna lie. That is a great play from Stinky Beaky. They have no idea where he is. He has the stop, and then he concusses them, so he can push basically safely.
Yep.
It was so close here from Daimyo that they had no one else kind of behind these walls here, but good try for Boise. I think this is a great play by Stinky Beaky getting those 2. So Boise State is now going to have to save one more time, whereas New Mexico gets 1 free gun. So not the end of the world in terms of their eco, but they're still have to buy 4 of them. So not the end of the world. But 5-10, I mean, they're definitely kind of making a comeback in terms of they're playing pretty well, and I think Boise State definitely has to play, like, you know, they have to meet their level for that to kind of work out. And just flashes out. Alton goes so far in.
So aggressive on the defense as well.
Okay, doesn't get one, but
off.
a little low on fade though. They do get one. Skies once again. Headhunter. Yep. That is
That's been their saving grace.
I would say that is your the thing you're scared about on saves. Skies gets another one though. Gets two.
Rise is on a triple.
I know exactly where
Gets the chance, you know, Cypher. Oh, he dinked him, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he dinked him.
He's at
145. 145. That just kind of sucks that angle. A lot of damage out here. Oh,
Gets that.
okay. Very winnable here for Daimyo. He actually has a Vandal too. We have Raze at 1 HP. Astra, Stinky Beak has taken some damage. Good timing here. Daimyo slowly pushes out. They're still in spawn though, so he has you know, kind of a hard spot here. He doesn't know quite where they are.
Around the Rosie.
Oh, I like this play though.
Blinded.
Does get an audio cue. Gets one.
Yes.
Doesn't know where the other one is, but the stars are still available. I'm pretty sure she can still take her off the bomb. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay.
Didn't get concussed this time, so definitely has
Here
a
we
leg
go.
up.
Oh.
Saw it.
Oh,
Wins
great clutch. Yeah, great clutch.
After so many times of Boise State not winning that gunfight, this is one they needed to, and I think it was utterly fantastic.
It's because Daimyo was alive last, so
That's all we need is
that's right.
It's Daimyo.
That's right.
We're good.
17 kills, great clutch there. I mean, that's a great play as well. Throws the flash into Garage, peeks, gets one, and then also just kind of tapping it and then not spamming tapping it. He's not right. He does a great job just kind of playing that. And now it's 5-11. That's a big round for Boise State. That was a thrifty, I believe, too. So, yeah, they were saving that round. So that's a bigger round to win
Yeah, they only
here.
had Sheriffs and the Headhunter, and he picked up the Vandal off the corpse. So.
That's right. And here we go here, 5-11.
Tour de force.
17 kills on Daimyo. Skies has the tour de force. Oh, close here. Yep, I'll say Skies does not miss that one. And then now he's going to go back to long, kind of holding it there. Frost. They know that he's in the area.
Saw the shot as well, so he knows someone was there.
Okay, now New Mexico kind of goes back to a default here, but Boise's gotten a lot of space, at least. No, just more so C-long space here, though. But I like this play, Boise. 2 or 3 members on this A side because they know they can kind of play the other 2 spots retaking.
I mean, they have that much global coverage, especially with the Neon, who can just cross it that much quicker. And with how much they ran A, I think it's just kind of been the de facto of it's the safest place to play.
Here we go, Rihanna. Oh, don't get caught in the smoke. Does get caught. Yeah, it kind of sucks right there, just that timing. But still, 4v4 here from Boise State and New Mexico. Seekers are available. Does Dog finds one immediately. Here comes the Seekers.
Yep.
Flashing out as well. A lot of utility being used here. Daimyo gets
all from Skies as well. Gets
haunt.
it.
Wow, look at that. 3 for basically 1
Huge
instantly.
collapse. But now the Showstopper doesn't get it.
And he's going to dash through because that definitely sucks. Showstopper, definitely unfortunate in that event with Neon because she can just kind of, like, just like we saw, slide underneath you and then go, hey, what's up? So, great round for Boise. I liked that utility usage right there, too.
Yeah.
Saw the Sky, ult Seekers, flash out. Daimyo also worked out. They literally, you saw 3 kills happen simultaneously. You can't basically observe that.
Yeah.
And so we saw that instantly. Boise now at game point. New Mexico definitely has a lower buy here. We're seeing 3 Spectres and 2 Vandals, so Boise has a big advantage with this. Neon available as well. Astral has not been used yet, but maybe they're waiting for it this round.
I'm curious how New Mexico's communication is, because after the Dog had already spotted out Panda in Hell, he didn't move. And then all the utility comes out, and he looks away from the window.
It's so hard, I think, at that point, too, because so much is happening all at once.
Neon burning through her ult as fast as possible through the smoke. Doesn't get anybody. I expect her to get...
Oh, look at Raze, though. Got a lot of space here. Oh, great shot, too. Lul has definitely that crisp aim. Skies gets 1 and TP's away, too, which is big, because he actually opened his exit out by getting that kill, too.
So now C is open for New Mexico. If
Oh, great flank. Oh, what a turn.
Omen,
Yeah. 4v3 here.
Sneaky gets it down.
I need a concealment.
Assuming. Does have the wall available still here. Not too much popped. Omen got ulted, so a lot of information. Flashes out. Haunt, good haunt that as well. Gets one. Oh,
Good
great
trades as
cross.
well.
Yeah. But they
know
don't know where the
what's
last one is. Does flank, now they know.
Yep. Having
Or
to
do they? Oh, wow. And just like that, Boise State take the series
comeback, yeah.
2-1. And especially after, you know, that one game is so hard, but they really came back 2-1. Last two games, they looked good. Like, they looked very good, and I think that's a great job of practice.
Especially against New Mexico, who have done pretty decent in
same.
past. So, I think that's a good showing of the team,
Yeah.
especially this early
I was
on
gonna
where they have
say-
a lot of kinks to work at. I mean,
Yeah. I think both teams.
That's the
it's
best
great.
you could ask
Yeah,
for.
I think in an expedition match, this is great. We said both teams use a lot, get tested a lot too. I think that's a big thing, is kind of learning things that in scrims might work a lot in scrims that don't work in these kind of matches. It's kind of a different sort of pace, right? I mean,
There's a lot more
At
pressure,
the end of the
too.
day, you're not nothing in a tournament and set winning, which is a good experience, which I like, which is a great job. Both teams played very well. I really enjoyed these matches, but now we have the decision of, you know, ICCU player of the game. I think I already have mine set in stone.
Skies.
No, I actually think it's Daimyo. I mean, all three games, Top Frag did a great job, but I think we have a 3 trio to see who we can choose from. I definitely think Skies is on this list for sure.
Probably.
I think Rariana would be the third.
I would
Actually, no.
almost say Aldum, because on that neon they created a lot of
There's,
pressure,
of course, Daimyo.
without question, for just how much of a force they were on the team. Even on Breeze, when they were at their worst, he was at the top of the leaderboard with second most kills in the entire match.
Yep.
So huge respect for it. Aldum on the Jet did
Yeah, I'll
very
say
well in that
Rariana,
clip.
yeah.
It was funny
Rariana had a
enough.
very good day today. Like, yeah, sometimes the controller players definitely go kind of unnoticed a little bit, but definitely had some really good games. This ace was huge, but the last two games especially did a great job of getting those picks that you needed, having the crossfires that you needed, having the trades that they were there for a lot of the time. It's so hard to really teach sometimes, you know, these trades or how these teamworks go, but these guys flow very well. And of course, the third one's actually Aldum. Sky's is not in this one, but
Which is surprising
I
to me
think-
with how well they were doing
but I
on
think-
the chamber.
I think how you said that third game on Neon, though, Aldum played a big role in that and definitely rolled pretty well. But I think out of these three, I think I'm going to go with Daimyo.
I'd have to agree with that out of those three for
But
sure.
I also think Rariana could be a good close second because they actually had a very good role today.
Yeah.
And they played it well. I think that's a big thing that people kind of gloss over is Daimyo definitely is your player. I mean, he's top fragging, he's IGLing, he's doing all these things, he's doing a great job. But you have to notice these little things as well. Rariana, Viper's Pit, you know, having these great smoke plays, doing the unselfish thing, which is, you know, I'm
Being the
smoking,
team player,
I'm
being the
holding these
support,
sites,
yeah.
I'm anchoring. Like, all these things are definitely what they need. And I think that on its own is such a big thing here.
I think it might be Daimyo because this was the play we showed for him in the player trio.
Okay, yeah, the player of the game is Daimyo. I mean, like I said, this guy's the IGL. He's a new person on the team. Does a great job. I think it's
Top
awesome.
fragger.
I do want to point out, though, that, you know, even though Daimyo is definitely your spotlight, it's very great
held
to
up
see.
by the rest of
It's
his
great
team,
to see
yeah.
that the two people from Boise State allow him to come in so well. They fit all together so well. It seems that they're, you know, great job together, and that he can be that IGL and no egos exist there,
Yeah.
right? So I love that. Daimyo, you know, does a great job. The player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes the team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Daimyo is the Idaho Central Credit player of the game. Very well deserved. These were great 3 matches. I mean, like we said, we saw the Breeze 13-7, the Icebox 13-5, and then I think the last game was like 13-4, 13-5. But overall, I think both teams did a great job today. Boise really showing, hey, they got some mental fortitude going, and I love to see that, you know, as we kind of prep for the college season of, you know, Riot's new sanctioned events, too. It's not just, you know, hey, another season. But it's a big thing coming up here. Do you have any final thoughts before we kind of head out?
Huge props to the Boise State team after especially having a very rough start, being able to bounce back from it, utilizing I don't believe we saw singles. Now that I think about it, we didn't see a single timeout during Haven.
Yep. But I think it's because they're just rolling.
I wish we would have saw one from New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
At least
Yeah,
one,
for sure.
just so they could get something going. But huge props from Boise State, able to at least adapt and then overcome it and then outperform it. Because I would be so curious to see both Neon's scoreboards against each other. Doesn't matter the maps, doesn't matter teams. I want to see the two compared to each other and how those played out, because the Breach versus the Neon with the KO played very differently, different maps, but they both achieved giant success, and I hope to see that in the future with Neon kind of becoming more and more, I don't want to say meta because there's only so many you can pick from, but more of a key player that teams learn to play around or even play solos with.
And of course, we're going to end the night with the top 5 plays presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering a $20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Thank you so much for watching tonight, and have a great night and have fun with these top 5 plays. So, you know, having that confidence.
14 and 6, he has every right to be feeling confident. Especially after winning a 1v4, which, just to stress, is very impressive. Especially on a Neon on 3s, which is something we almost never see. It's pretty...
Yeah, it's definitely been kind of... Oh, great flash! Whoa! Rariana is definitely working this Vibrant here. I like this play. I like this play.
Definitely know someone's still in it after the shots coming out from the KL. Panda just... Ooh. He does much better in the jig.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
But
an ace by Rariana.
And they're continuing to push 2 and 2 and taking down Kenny so early on after a great double elimination last round is huge for Boise State. I think they're definitely happy about that.
Yeah, man. And they get the Cypher smoke and they get full control of A site here. So New Mexico once again on this full retake action. Daimyo gets one.
Fall back from because it doesn't have that range.
Now watch, Cypher is on site. He is actually defusing. Gets half. Doesn't hold it though. They see it on this. They see it half. They know he's very low. Once again, he knows he can see the bomb. Yeah, I would say. He can see the bomb there, so he actually
place to put the slow when you know they're pushing from kitchen.
I mean, I think the biggest thing here, though, is Alden at least is, you know, trying to hold the space. Oh, wow. Kenny gets Rihanna down, though.
Good crossfire onto B. Still pushing the B side where they know the chamber has been protecting with this op that they've already lost. Technically,
Rachel. Oh, Alden with the...